We're kind of in the northern part of Chult. We went to a place called Vorn. Originally, we traveled west from Camp Righteous to Camp Vengeance. Heading west, we went over the river where you guys met the commander there of the Order of the Gauntlet. That was Steve's commander, / Odo's commander. And Odo, he was kind of a stern guy, but you guys healed a lot of the sick people in the camp. It was pretty grim, you know, but they were out there looking for artifacts or any type of solutions to the death curse. As the king from the land out there from Duskport is looking, is afraid of death himself and wants to prolong his life as long as possible. So he sent the Order of the Gauntlet out here to figure out what's going on with the death curse. After traveling west to Camp Vengeance, right, you guys wanted to go investigate the goblins and maybe the statue up north that was heard about to maybe figure out if something was there. The statue turned out to be not really a statue at all, as Scratch and the rest of the group, Scratch is the new member of the party, a kobold, right? and a fun guy. And he figured out that the statue, in fact, was a shield guardian. But it's missing the amulet. Shield guardians are known to be vigilant protectors of powerful wizards who want to protect themselves, obviously. They're very difficult to make. The amulet alone is worth 1,000 gold pieces, easily. And so the shield guardian, on top of that, makes them desired by kings and like maybe some people in Port Naranzaru. Some of the merchants there would pay a handsome coin for it. You guys were able to find some tracks heading east with the help of Chef. Unfortunately, Rune was sick last week, so he wasn't able to really, guys, give you the help. But you guys determined that about the goblins were coming from the east. Tracks that had been eroded, and you guys have been tracking the goblins, and we were going to just travel east, I guess, to the goblin camp. The issue is that Scratch, you figured out that there was probably we're talking about dozens of goblins. Mm-hmm. Now, Scratch, you know that when someone has the amulet of the shield guardian, they can sense the direction of the guardian. So that's what you're thinking is maybe one of these goblins has the amulet, but they're just not smart enough to activate the shield guardian. So it's been being worshipped here. There was little bits and shells, little skulls, colored rocks. They must be worshipping this. And it must weigh a ton or, a few tons, right? So it can't be just easily moved or whatever. That was kind of where we left off. We're right now at Vorn. The goblins must be about 3 or 4 days to the east, if we want to go that way. Or in Lungo, Lyra, is the exact opposite direction. It's to the west. Where Azaka, we marked on the map where Azaka said where the temple where the guardian spirit was at. But maybe it could give you more answers to the death curse. So
we lost Azaka, didn't we?
Yeah, and I forgot to mention that Azaka, once you guys went into Camp Vengeance, of course, she was kind of assaulted by, these holy knights of the Order of the Gauntlet before, back in the port. So she doesn't think very favorably of them. She gave you guys 1 hour. And then she thought maybe the commander or something like that might arrest you guys. So she gave you guys an hour. You guys stayed the night in the camp, right? And then by the morning, she's left. Or she was gone. She didn't know that you guys would be captured. And you guys left her behind, really. But, so yeah, I mean, she's probably...
the other way. She left us behind.
Well, yeah, it is what it is. She was just kind of working on as a freebie till the next destination anyways, before she... because she needs to get paid.
Right.
But she thought you guys may have been captured or killed, and she can't just wait out there forever. So that's what she did. She said, hey, I'm going to wait an hour, and you guys kind of we both forgot about each other. And poor Azaka left. So let's take a look at what time it is. It's, right now, we're going to say it's 10 o'clock in the morning.
It's time to get a new guide.
And so, what do you guys want to do?
I say we go to the Goblin camp, try to get the thing, and then try to get a new guide and sell the robot if we could.
Yeah, those are your brothers and sisters, right?
Well, we have a map, right? We can just try to make our way over there by best sense of direction.
It'd be
Yeah,
really stupid to leave the shield guardian just sitting there, in my opinion. Like, we should really try our best to try to get that.
Damn it, Scratch! Aren't you going to do the voice?
I think we should get the shield guardian. It'd be pretty stupid to just leave it there, don't you think? I mean, what if the goblin people figure out how to use it? They'd be so dangerous.
He does have a point, you know. We don't want it to fall in the wrong hands, and then the adventurers who cause another problem. We already have the death curse to worry about. We don't want bad goblins, especially as a person who's a goblin. We have to work twice as hard to make sure things are right. For me, to protect my hide. We have to make sure this thing does not become evil.
Yeah, what he said.
Yeah.
What happens if I'm a woman?
We
You
find
don't
the
know.
amulet.
Exactly.
I bet we find the amulet with the goblins.
Mm-hmm.
I could lend you a hand with like earthquakes, but try to not be in a crowd together. I got a little bit more understanding of how to rotate the earth.
So all in favor of going to go get the amulet from the goblins?
I'm down.
Why
It's
not?
like 4 people. Rune, you're an expert tracker within the jungle, you know, being a centaur ranger. Why don't we actually go around the table a little bit, since we do have, like, we had a few people missing last week. Lyra, apparently, this is Lyra's last week, by the way, guys. She's having some scheduling stuff happening with her wedding, and hopefully she'll be back maybe later.
Hopefully.
And she has to help out a family member with some other personal issues. So we love Lyra, though. But why don't we go around to the table? We'll start off with Willow. Why doesn't Willow describe herself, and you can talk to yourself about what type of character you're playing.
Willow is a tiny fairy, very like Tinkerbell-esque size. Her mother and father are like the 2 popular people of their like village / community, as her mom's the top librarian and her dad's like this awesome blend between Indiana Jones and Rick O'Connell kind of personality, being a adventurer / museum curator. And because Willow's almost at her maturity age, she's trying to prove to her father and herself that she can be just as courageous and adventurous as her father.
Scratch.
Hello!
But yeah.
Instant voice change.
Yeah, so Scratch is obviously this adorable little crimson-scaled kobold with a little bit little horns that stick up and go out, adorned with gold, silver, and all that fun fancy stuff. Started out in the sewers, met up with a bunch of adventurers. They got him started on the adventuring game, and he just couldn't get off of it. And now he's wandering from place to place, no idea where he's going, but he's just excited to be wherever he is.
Lyra.
Lyra is a high elf wizard multiclassing as a fighter, and she's on this journey to find a solution to the death curse, to hopefully save her father, who had been resurrected in a previous war and is now deteriorating.
Rune.
I'm a 6'6" centaur, tan skin, about 400 pounds. My eyes become bloodshot quite often because I basically use a lot of different mutagens to transform myself into different things to hunt down undead and other creatures of the oak. For the most part, I just kind of traveling and looking around and hunting whatever I need to hunt at the moment, and don't really have a particular direction of where I'm going. So I'm just sort of taking it day by day.
Odo.
I am a 6'1" human paladin, brown hair, brown eyes. Up until recent events, I was a soldier until my unit got crushed by undead, and then met up with you guys.
Yeah, and then the paladin, the commander was just like, yeah, well, you could take this group of adventurers that helped you out and go find out, go figure out what the death curses are. And so you went north to the goblin thing, right? But you're pretty much kind of doing your own thing now, Odo. They thought that you were long since dead from the previous camp. Last but not least is Chef.
Hello, I'm Chef Spore. I'm just trying to get rid of this stupid death curse because it's harming my friends in the deep end. Humans like to capture them, drows like to capture them, So the death curse is sort of a nuisance to me, and I am a chef. I am a good goblin, and I have to work a lot harder. I have a little bit of fear, but, I'm trying to be strong, but I'm not that strong.
And I thought a proper name for the group would be like the Smalls and the Biggies or something like that.
Yeah.
Because half of you guys are Biggie Smalls or something. I don't know. Because half of you guys are pretty tiny, and then the other half is kind of big.
Most of our creatures are fey creatures, actually. It's kind of
right? Yeah, right, Rune. Rune, you're tracking. That's true. You are just more dragonkin. Rune, though, there's dozens of tracks of goblins. So this is it must be like a tribe of goblins. There could be dozens of goblins at this place. Just to let you know.
Hey, more of your cousins, Chef. What do we do?
Well, they're evil. I guess we have to fight them. But hopefully I can mediate peace. If not, have your weapons ready and drawn.
Okay.
So we want to travel east for. You guys want to travel east for 3 days and go to Yellywark.
Yep.
Cool.
Sounds like what we're doing.
So how it works is travel in Chult, which is a floating island of Upper Fandriel. That's the name of Chult. The surface of it is like a jungle. Each day we make 3 rolls for random encounters. And on one of the days we make a survival roll, which Rune can make. If someone else is proficient in survival, he can make the roll with advantage. Scratch is proficient. So Rune, I think Rune has the best survival. Rune, what's your survival at?
It's a +4, but I have an advantage against certain types of creatures, so it depends on what I'm tracking for.
Yeah, if you're looking for undead. We're tracking goblins. Scratch, what's your survival at?
My survival is a +4.
Chef?
+6.
So Chef is actually the best tracker. But if you're tracking undead, Rune is the best. So
and also Fae as well. So goblins are included in Fae, so essentially.
Goblins are considered goblinoid. They're not Fae.
I thought they were.
Nope.
That depends. It doesn't matter.
They're like different little creatures. As you look down at Chef and his wickedly sharp nose with mushrooms growing on the side of his shoulder. So here's what we'll do is we'll make the D20 rolls right now. So this is the roll for the morning. I roll a 19, so we have a random encounter.
Lovely.
In fact, I got the models out right here. So let's pull up the random encounter thing.
Random encounter of mosquitoes? Okay, cool.
Sort of good.
Traveling through the traveling through the jungles of Chult is not safe. Rune, though, there's not that many. You're not tracking that many undead around these parts, though.
Yeah, I'd assume there's been. We already went through the undead, so yeah.
You guys are talking about leaving, and you hear the sound of a huge creature stomping through the wilderness. What do you guys do?
Uh-oh. Duck and cover.
You see Scratch immediately start to duck, and he goes under one of these like giant leaves in the forest here.
Cover
Lara's
the
gonna
head.
just
it's a vulnerable
pull out her
spot.
spear.
Jax will just sigh and just get ready to click the earth.
Not again.
Maybe before we get prepared for a fight, we should try to ascertain what could be making this loud noise. It could just be a herbivorous dinosaur.
Last time we heard a big sound, it was a fucking huge ass ape.
A dead ape too. So
Giant monkey?
you ready?
So
Who wants?
Plasma battle.
How about we'll have? Who has the highest perception in the group?
I have a +6.
Willow, the keen.
Yeah, it's Willow.
I have a +7.
Oh,
Scratch.
it's not Willow.
Dragon senses. So Scratch can roll with advantage with the
Yeah.
help. How about let's have Scratch and Willow both roll perception rolls. But we roll
Yes,
through
sir.
we roll through D&D Beyond here so we can see. Willow rolls an 11.
I
What
don't
did Scratch
know
roll?
how much to add for advantage.
Scratch
Roll.
rolls a... That's disappointing.
2 plus your modifier, right? Plus 7. So you can also just click the
Yeah,
skill.
that's a
I don't know
9.
if you're doing it using the mobile app there.
Oh, yeah, that's a 9.
There you go. There. Chef rolls the set rolls, but we're only going to count 2 of the player rolls, right, for the party.
I still had dirt in my eyes when I dove into the ground.
I'm going to say Willow. It's not that difficult. You don't know what is out there. It's large. You've been around Chult now, wandering through the jungles with the help of Rune and Odo and the other group, and you've heard and seen other dinosaurs. You fought ghouls and the undead. This is some large creature. No, you hear more footsteps. It's like creatures. It sounds like maybe 3 large creatures, and they don't sound like dinosaurs, right? But they're kind
These
of
are
often...
steps that I haven't heard yet, correct?
They don't sound like dinosaurs, but they're large creatures. You see the swaying of the brush off in the distance. But yeah, that's about it. That's all the information I can tell you, unless we're going to go see them or do whatever we need to do.
Oh, I was about to ask if she could tell how many feet these things might have. Like, are they walking on 4 feet, 2 feet, 6 feet?
It's hard to tell because there's like... It sounds like the steps are, paced differently in the distance of where you guys are in the jungle, plus the ambience of like all the other birds chirping. It's hard to get that much. She only rolled an 11, right?
Yeah.
Can I detect what direction the sound is coming
Yeah,
from?
you can hear them. They're right over there.
And just to confirm, it doesn't sound like the big ape that we heard in the beginning, right?
That is correct. It doesn't sound like the
Okay.
giant fucking ape.
Oh, not just the big
Let me
ape.
do the ape.
The giant.
Do you guys want me to do the? Do you want me to do the ape? Doesn't sound like that.
What about the Tarzan?
I can't hear
Exactly.
that noise without thinking of my grandmother. No,
Yeah.
that's a story for sure.
Look,
I'll
maybe it's
totally
Magilla
tell
the
you after
gorilla. You
session.
remember that? You remember that cartoon?
Magilla. Yeah, I remember.
Magilla the gorilla. Da, 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 da. Okay, so
Best
Magilla.
I
case
don't
scenario,
remember that
herself.
cartoon. I think
best
you just
case
hate
scenario-
yourself.
Best case
Because
scenario, these are
Willow
a herd
is-
of elephants. Worst case scenario, they're a bunch of trolls or something.
I think I'd prefer the trolls over the elephants.
Magilla, where's
Elephants are
Magilla?
naturally aggressive.
So, because Willow's
just eat
so
you.
small, is it possible to do an investigation and kind of like sneakily check to see what it is that's making the noise?
It works as Willow wants to break away from the group using a stealth roll, right? And stealth up to the creatures. Just
Do
see
we
what
have
they
another
are.
small person that can go with her?
I'll do it.
I think the next smallest one is Chef, right?
No, it's me. I'm smaller than Chef.
Oh, good heavens. Okay, go for it.
Alright, this time I'll use the button.
Well, hold on here. Let's think about this before Willow does this. I'm trying to help Willow out. Will, do you want to shapeshift at all into maybe a creature that's a little bit more stealthy? Because you are a moon druid, right?
Yeah, but I don't think I can really do much. I don't think I can do any that fly or anything like that.
You want to just be able to fly in there and just keep your mobility a little bit? I'm thinking of like that
Yeah.
spider we used before, right?
Right, but then because she's small, she can hide behind a leaf and kind of keep herself hidden.
You can also transform into like just a regular like tarantula or something. But your
Can I
movement
get
speed would
close
be like
and
10.
then transform?
It doesn't. We don't know. We'd have to make a roll.
Transform into a goblin.
It's plus Scratch is going with you too.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're in a jungle. There's lizards in the jungle, right?
Theoretically.
Yeah.
Look.
You can transform into any beast, right?
Depending on the
If
CR.
I
It sounds.
so
It's.
my thought
I'm just throwing an idea at you, Willow. For now, it sounds like you
No,
just want to be a
you're good.
fairy, right?
Yeah, but then
Yeah.
if I transform into a animal that's kind of blends in with the normal habitat type animals there, then it won't be as noticeable.
Transform into a bird and then fly up. That might be the best bet.
I can't fly yet.
There's something-
I have to wait till I get to a higher level.
Oof.
Oh, okay.
He did
Then
bring up a
lizard would
good
be-
point. Bugs are everywhere. Like, you can be a spider and no one would bat an eye.
Plus, aren't they quick? Spiders?
Depends on it.
That's fair.
But hey, whatever you choose, I back you up. Got you.
I'm gonna stick with the lizard.
Hey, I might accidentally
Yeah.
step on you.
No.
Yeah, reptile. Cold-blooded
Nice.
lion.
I might accidentally step on you because I'm a big horse.
I mean, here's what a lizard is. Just as an example, lizard has 2 hit points, right? I'm just kind of looking up some of the other monsters. But the thing about the lizard is it's not proficient in stealth. So I'm thinking like the spider, like you were thinking of originally, is better.
The link that you gave me last session that's not loading the information of the animals.
Oh, I bugged it for you? I broke it?
Apparently.
I busted it? Well, there's a spider, for instance. That one's proficient in stealth.
I was going to say owl, but I forgot she can't fly yet.
Well, let's just simplify it. Willow goes as a fairy form, and then she can shapeshift if the shit hits the fan. So this is how it works. Willow and Scratch both make stealth rolls as they approach the footsteps.
So I rolled a 13 before we had that whole long conversation.
Yep, we'll
Did
keep
you
that
want me
roll.
to re-roll?
And then Scratch
Okay.
rolls a 16.
I rolled. Yep.
So now I'm going to roll with the creatures. I'll just make one roll with the group. Roll a natural 20. They spot you. I'll describe what they see. I'll describe what you see. Is their heads, the 3 heads of these creatures look to you. The humanoid creature towers over you with a calm but brutish visage. Their blue, almost iridescent skin shimmers like crystalline ice, and their snowy white hair is knotted in elaborate braids. They wear furs and blend into the surrounding landscape, appearing almost like a mountain stone until they stir. In their hands they wield a club the size of a tree. Who goes
Giant?
there?
Okay.
Who is there?
Well,
Don't make me get my fucking spear.
No.
Who goes there?
I don't know what that means.
We're screwed.
Ah!
Immediate TPK. We're screwed. Run. Just run.
What is it?
Roar!
From Chef's
Say-
Stories book and just running.
I grab the tiny fairy and I turn and I run.
I'm I'm hauling too. Let's go.
They start to
why are you
just.
running away?
I'm gonna say they see you run, Scratch yells, and they're running after you, right? As you guys hear the rest of the group hears this, as 3 frost giants have now come into the group. Everybody's together and they're there.
Hold on.
We're gonna die!
Frost giants.
Already,
Wait a minute. Frost giants in the middle of the jungle. That's a new one.
That's horrifying. There's so many implications
Don't
of that.
rationalize it. It's fine.
It is
we're
a
gonna
random
die.
encounter.
Well, if we're gonna
It's
die,
random. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we
we're
could
gonna
have.
die.
We're gonna die!
We
let's
could
die
have the
with
goblin.
honor.
And talk to him.
They have.
Kill us!
Who are you,
Oh,
creatures?
my name's Gulliver.
Gulliver.
We're just travelers.
Just wanna go home!
So were we running? I must have.
They've kind of like surrounded the group, right? And
3 of them surrounded the group.
Oh.
Okay.
they also
There's
have.
no running.
I'm also going to say they have one of a large winter wolf with them as well, like a hunting wolf.
Oh,
Aww.
no.
So there's 3 giants and one of these winter wolves with them that they use to track. They say, "Who is your leader?"
I immediately point towards the human.
I'm just.
What's the
Point towards
human?
Odo.
Yeah.
We all
I'm
point
just
to
a
the
horse.
I'm just a
Everybody
horse.
steps back and I'm standing there.
Like, what?
I just scratch my butt. I'm just a horse.
Who is your leader?
We have no leader.
We're a democracy.
I think it's Mr. Soldier Guy. He seems like he's in charge, please.
Take it easy there, bud.
My name is Sinlarn. I lead our group.
Is he
We
speaking
are
common?
hunting. He's speaking common to you.
Okay. What are you hunting for?
You first, little one. He points to the elf. What are you hunting for out here in the jungle?
Something for flowers.
We are just traveling. We're looking around the area. We're trying to explore this area.
We heard there was a statue around here. Where is it?
Back that way.
I wanna protect our interests and mislead them,
You want to try to deceive
and
him?
tell them. Yes.
Roll a deception roll.
Oh, that shouldn't be hard. No, wisdom's not hard.
Haha, we're gonna die. We might as well die in a funny way.
Well, it's just like
Don't worry.
frantically scribbling
I have
in her
a
notebook,
plus
trying to
6.
like.
I roll a 19.
Oh boy.
At the what?
I roll a
Hold on,
19,
wait
so
a
you got to
minute.
roll it.
Oh,
Scratch.
I'm good. Yes.
Ooh.
Yes.
He beats the
21!
roll. Yeah, you beat it, buddy.
Ooh-wee.
That way! Huh? They point.
Yeah, that way. That way. It's about 2.5 days that way. Yep.
We're also looking for the ring. Have you found it?
What ring?
No.
Not that I can recall.
Nope,
I don't
we
think
found
we've
no
seen
ring.
Anything.
They say a man carries it in the jungle here. Our tribe has traveled to Chult to find it. It is the Ring of Winter.
Oh.
It is a band of gold inlaid with frost.
It is not meant to be wielded by you, kind.
Yeah,
Especially you.
He points to the kobold.
Oh boy.
I'd be too scared to wear it. It's so cold.
It is not meant for a dragon. Have you seen the ring?
We have not seen the ring, no.
No, we have seen no ring.
But we will keep an eye out for it.
Yeah.
We'll let you know as soon as we find it.
If you lend us Wolfie, maybe we can find it faster.
Oh boy.
He starts to pet the wolf. You see like a little bit of drool comes down. As you know, giants can like eat you, right?
Yep.
They say that
If you find the ring, go back to the port.
he like wipes some sweat from his brow.
You will find Droofy. He is our leader. Give him the ring and he will reward you.
Is your leader kind of big and blue like you, or is he small?
He is big and blue like me.
Oh, okay. He'd be pretty easy to find then.
Yeah. This way, guys.
he like takes off, and you hear him like march off as they go in the wrong direction. That Scratch has let him in.
Good luck!
Willow's gonna call out to one of the members of these giants real quick.
Huh?
As her, like, knowledge wanting to know. She's gonna be like, wait! I have a quick question! What is
What?
the name of your tribe? So that way I can make sure to write it down.
Here we go.
Nagenfage.
Yeah, how do you spell that?
Nagenfage.
I don't think it doesn't matter how we spell it. Nagenfage. Sounds
I just spelled it out.
Oh, well, there you go.
Nagenfage.
Thanks!
Was
I'll
it
make
silent
sure
E?
we'll,
Hey, it's good to know that you sound like a blue cheese. I like it.
I've never eaten half man, half horse before. I wonder what you taste like. Man or horse?
Horrible.
I fart on purpose so that I smell like hell.
oh my.
Can we get a? Can you
what
do the
was-
fart noise?
What was the name of the? What was the name of his
Actually, I
tribe?
can't. Like,
I linked it in our Discord.
Oh, good.
Yeah, did you just do the fart sound effect? That was a squeaker. It wasn't really like a ripper.
Yeah,
you do the ripper like this.
I don't have enough.
Like that. Get your fart right. They walk off. Willow, do you want to ask him anything else?
I think she's got what she needs for now, and if they ever find the ring and they run into their leader that they
Willow,
expect them
make
to
a
run
history.
into.
Make a history roll. We'll say the DC's pretty high. I don't know, 20 to 25.
Yeah, no, I failed that. I got a 13.
Yeah, so you didn't get. You've looked through some of your books to see if there's anything about the Ring of Winter in your books. No, they said.
I'm assuming it's like a tribal, like, kept secret.
What, Scratch?
I know she already made the roll. I already know she made the roll, but could I like give her advantage on it with my worldly knowledge?
You can roll to Scratch.
Oh, okay.
As you're well traveled. You're a bard, right?
Yeah.
You've traveled around a lot, so maybe you've heard of stories of the Ring of Winter. Why don't you make a roll as well?
I don't have a good intelligence mod, and that's a bad roll, so...
Yeah, unfortunately, you don't know enough either. Now, the Giants, just to clarify, the Giants said they think a man has the ring, but they don't know who he is or where he's at, but they're out in the jungle marching around looking for this guy. Right?
Yeah, I go for Otto. I go over to Otto. Hey, Otto, let's kill him. Let's take him on, man. What do you say?
Yeah. No rings. No rings.
As soon as they say that, I run.
Let's shoot him in the back as they're turning as they're going.
Right, really.
We could do like a. Anybody got a sneak attack? We could do like double damage.
I don't think that's a wise decision.
I don't think we got any rogues. I'm pretty sneaky, but I ain't a rogue.
Let's choo-choo train out of here, guys. Come on.
I'm a blood hunter. I need blood. Blue blood will do just fine.
Chugga choo-choo. Let's get out of here.
Let's have the group make the roll for the survival roll, which would be Chef. He gets to roll it with advantage. The DC is 25, not to get lost.
Cool.
25?
To not
Well,
get
I
lost,
can't roll a 25, but I can still roll.
Chef rolls a 15, so he doesn't get lost, right? Scratch, you don't need to roll, right? We're just having Chef make the roll, so he's trying to scout around. It's the group roll, right, with advantage, right?
Yeah.
So, okay. Yeah. That's just how we're doing it. No, it's okay. So we don't get lost, but there is another encounter at night as I roll an 18.
Love it.
I love
This
it
time
too.
it's what is it? Shadows or
This time it's gonna be frost dragons.
no? Wait, actually, frost giant zombies.
Oh, jeez.
Oh,
Coming back the way.
please don't be a white dragon.
White dragon. This was kind of weird. We're getting cold creatures in the middle of the jungle. Okay, could be a green
It's a little
dragon.
weird. Weird.
I'm gonna make a roll with these guys.
Okay.
We'll have 2 people in the group make perception rolls like we did before.
I have the highest one.
So Scratch makes it. I think Willow makes the other one as well. She's kind of scouting around a little bit.
You said survival?
Nope, it's a perception roll.
Perception, sorry.
Damn,
Guys,
I am not getting good rolls.
24.
24.
At least one of them is.
Willow, you
I
spot.
give you my luck.
Willow, you spot what appears. You spot basically a knight and a veteran. They appear to be leading. They have like a dinosaur with them. You see them up ahead, like in a ravine. They're heading north. They might be heading back to Port Naranzaru. You rolled pretty high in the perception roll as well. On one of the tabards of the knight, you see a flaming fist.
Oh.
Hey,
Oh.
Otto's people.
Otto, you don't. This is a different order of some kind. It's not the order of the gauntlet. Otto, you can make a roll though as well, as you've been here like the longest within Schultz maybe, and maybe you've encountered these knights before. You get to decide on what the roll is. You can make a history roll maybe, or a survival roll, or something like that maybe. Your choice. Or persuasion, maybe you talk to them or something like that, right? When you were back in port.
Persuasion. I have +4 on that.
Why don't you roll persuasion? Maybe you met them back in town. I can give Otto a little bit more information about these guys. So let me describe that. They're basically, there's a knight, there's a veteran, and they have an acolyte with them. They are traveling north in like a part of this valley, I want to say, of the jungle, just like a random part of the jungle, and they have a large dinosaur with them. The dinosaur is called damn it, these fucking dinosaur names. Dankylosaurus or something like that. I'm going to just spell it out and I'll put it in chat for you.
Ankylosaurus?
Dankylosaurus. There, I put it out for you.
That's called a Deinonychus. Or
There you go.
Dinosuchus.
Yeah, so you're much better at the names there, Scratch.
Deinonychus.
I know my people.
Hey, that's your mother-in-law. Damn it.
I think I have all these dinos in my database, so let me just take a look, and I can kind of put a picture of it with it too, maybe. Yeah, I do.
Dinosuchus.
Okay, Otto, let's attack.
These
damn it.
I think these are meat eaters. If they're the ones, are they?
That's what they look like.
Dinosuchus are kind of like velociraptors.
Yes.
We can eat them too.
Yep.
So let's attack.
Now, Odo rose pretty good on the persuasion roll. Odo, you met some of these other knights in town. There are other knights of the realm. They're not a part of Duskport, but they must be also searching for, as knights and adventurers from all over the realm have now come to Chult to search for the answer to the death curse. They are part of an order called the Flaming Fist, and Scratch, you've kind of traveled around a little bit. They might be just trying to capture one of these dinosaurs and take it back to town to sell it.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys do? Do you guys want to go encounter these guys or just let them be?
Attack.
I think just let them
they
be.
just got a
No
tiny-
attacking.
They just they're just carrying a tiny dinosaur, though. I mean, they're not doing nothing.
Right. They aren't bugging us. Let's not bug them.
Why are they traveling at night? That's kind of weird, isn't it?
Live
They
and
might be
let
trying to
live.
set up camp.
Yep.
Yeah, why don't you have them join camp? We can eat the Deinonychus for dinner.
I say we live and let live.
Tastes
God.
like chicken.
Actually, I'm curious for some information since they came from somewhere. Don't you think we should call them?
I mean,
Well, they could just be hunting. They don't look like they have any other purpose other than that dinosaur that they have.
you said there's two of them, right? Plus the dinosaur.
And an alkalite. A knight, veteran, and a alkalite.
It doesn't seem like they're hostile, right? Or did we send something that they're gonna attack everything they see?
I mean, yeah, their order isn't necessarily bad, are they? Like, they're not doing anything harmful. So what do y'all think?
I think we should just leave them be.
They start to set up camp like around this area up there, right?
Right. Yeah, I think we should just leave them alone. Like, if you encounter somebody in the jungle, it's best just not try nothing with them.
Where's your sense of adventure? You got too many scaredy cats. So
It's called survival instincts.
I was gonna say, I want to survive. Thank you very
I am
much.
a very small creature.
Survival is just.
I'm not.
Survival is just.
My sense of adventure left my body as well as my soul whenever we encountered those 3 frost giants a few hours ago.
Right.
Just now, like, my heart's back in the right spot.
I think my heart rate finally reached the triple digits again.
I was okay with taking on the Wolfie and the three blue men.
Yeah, no, I don't think we stood a chance against them.
The blue man group.
Good,
that's good.
Frost giant could have easily killed us. 3 would have just been like, oh, they look cute.
They would have been too busy performing the blue man group, singing as we're hacking away at them.
Pretty sure they
We
would have
wouldn't
eaten
even
us
make it
too.
like out of combat.
Yeah.
Like giants hit like trucks. Remember, I was in the Icewind Dale campaign. Giants were everywhere.
Yeah, but I think you can do more damage against giants because they're large creatures, aren't they?
There's more to hit.
Yeah, they
All
made
right.
me show me.
I guess we're gonna
Yeah,
be.
they're
I
harder
guess we're
to
gonna
miss,
be
yeah.
shy, and we're gonna just hang out by ourselves and not talk to the Deinonychus.
Rune, you see a spot over there where you can set up camp where you won't be spotted. You're nearby, but not enough. I'm assuming you guys. I'm just going to go around since this is the first night. It's pretty eventful first day traveling east to the Yellywark, where the goblins are maybe at. You guys have been tracking them as best you can. Odo, how does it feel to be hunting some goblins? Adventurous.
Yep.
It's not exactly the undead that you've been tasked with, or at least a little bit further south, but there's still filthy goblins. What do you think about Chef?
Ooh.
I'm getting along with them.
Ooh.
You're getting along with Chef? Chef, what type of meal do you cook up for the evening?
So first, I will use the alchemy jug charge that I lovely have.
Oh gosh.
That he
And
got
I
from the
will
temple.
pour everyone a cup of good ye old ale. And then whatever's left, I'll start cooking using some mushrooms that I have, some spare ingredients, making some good chef treats for everybody, so everyone does not get, dying from hunger or have to use their rations. And he just cooks for everyone happily, and then he's like, "Here you go, here's your ale and your food. And then he'll go to Will and be like, see, it's good to use good items, good ingredients, and have good drinks.
Mr. Mushroom Goblin, can mine be a little spicy, please? I like it when it burns on the way down, like lava coming out of my throat.
Yeah, sounds good.
Get what you get and don't get
Spicy,
upset. When we go to the port, I can get more spices.
That sounds like a commercial for Frank's Red Hot.
Yeah.
My name's Scratch, and I support this random mushroom druid I found in the swamp.
You know, I could just mix in a little bit of the mutant juice that I've been using to.
It's a different kind of spicy.
No.
I think that would
fire
kill
up the
me.
blood.
I already had to discipline one person with my cooking. I did not want to attempt to kill someone else with a frying pan. One is enough.
Oh,
Okay,
wow.
Rapunzel, that's fine.
Oh, what?
I'm not Rapunzel, you know.
Well, Rapunzel
What
hits
I
people
do
with a frying
is that
pan.
sometimes my anger gets the best of
Well, let's
me,
just
and I
hope we don't
grab
get
a frying pan
lost.
and
I mean, it would have been good to ask those knights where they were coming from. Would have been nice to see where the hell we're going.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
then
I
they
was
get
thinking
curious.
we could get intelligence from them, you know, but
Yeah, Otto's from their same group. Flaming gauntlets and flaming fists.
I thought they were from different groups.
Same difference. Same difference.
I don't think that's how that works.
Same
It'd be funny
thing.
if it were, though. Yeah, same thing.
Yeah, fingers, toes, same thing.
They all have 5 fingers, minus that one guy. He has like 3. What a weirdo.
Willow, you're sitting around maybe a little fire that you've like druid crafted up for the evening, right? It kind of reminds you of maybe where you came from a little bit. You think about your father a little bit. Willow, how's the adventure going for you?
It's good. I think what Willow's doing is anytime there's a chance where like they've stopped or a new encounter or something like that, or like when there is more safe, she's just like frantically scribbling in this mysterious notebook that just seems to keep appearing and disappearing out of nowhere. Writing down detailed parts in like this diary type thing of like what she's encountered, what she's feeling, thoughts and stuff like that.
What's the last entry in the journal?
She is sketching from memory the frightening frost giants that they just encountered, as well as
Yeah, the giants mentioned that they're looking for a band of gold wrapped in frost.
right. So she was like so she was making note of that as well, and then like next to like the blurb of it and like a question mark is like tribe secret question mark question mark question mark.
So let's go to Chef real quick. Chef, you have something called a part of your chef ability, right? You have the King's Delicacy. You can up to your proficiency bonus. You can give 1d4 plus 2, right? So your proficiency bonus is still plus 2, right, Chef?
Yeah.
So who do you want to give the King's Delicacy to give them temporary HP?
I can do it to 3 people, right?
What?
Is it 3 people or 2 people?
It's 2 people.
I
Oh wait,
would give
yeah,
it
max
to-
target is 2, and you can do it once per day. It takes you an hour to do it.
Then I would probably give it to Scratch since he's the newest member, and give it to Odo, who is also a newer member, and then everyone else gets this regular food from me.
So let's have Scratch and Odo roll a d4, and then add plus 2 to that roll, and that's your temp HP. We will keep that roll going forward if we have another random encounter, right? So it's kind of like a little buff that Chef gives you guys, a little treat. Everybody else, you're shit out of luck.
Ooh, max HP.
At least we have food.
So Odo roll gets a 3, so that's 3 HP. Plus, yeah, you guys are doing great. Let's go to Rune real quick. Rune is a great blood hunter. He knows how to track, fae and undead creatures, and maybe that's why he's here in the floating island of Fantriel. Rune, what type of mutagen do you want to craft? What do you want to make?
I'm gonna get a bunch ready, but basically, I don't think I have to choose per day. I think I do. I can't remember. I think maybe
You need the reagents and know how I've given it. I've buffed blood hunters, really, right? You have access to all of the mutagens. Okay? So I'm asking you, which one do you want to make?
Yeah, I'm gonna. What was it? I can't remember the name all of a sudden. I'm gonna do the shielded formula.
Okay, let me look that one up. So I'm going to go to my crafting section on my website, right, where we have all the mutagen crafting. It's called shielding.
Become vulnerable to bludgeoning, but I get resistance against slashing.
So you got to craft it, which you have. Do you have your alchemist supplies?
Yeah.
Okay. And then what you do is, I'm going to say that we've been traveling for a while, and that just traveling through the lush jungles of Chult, you've been able to grab the required ingredients to formulate this particular mutagen. To do so, though, you need to roll a DC 10 nature check. So you need to roll that now to craft it successfully.
Okay, it says that I can do it anytime every long or short rest. But
so it's like I'm imagining this is kind of like the Witcher flask, right? That you're crafting using your thing. So roll a DC 10 nature check as you're using like plants and herbs with your alchemy kit.
I have a crappy nature roll. All right.
That's okay. Roll it up. It's not like it's just lost. It'll be okay.
Exactly 10.
So you craft one of these. It only takes you 10 minutes to craft a mutagen. Right? It doesn't take you an hour. You can craft one of these pretty quickly using the right herbs. Like you're a skilled guy taught by like the Witchers, right? Or other centaurs or whatever your story may be.
Other
right?
blood hunters.
Other blood hunters, right? Cool. Is there any other ones that you want to craft while we're at it right now?
Yeah, for now that's all I need.
Okay, you just have the shielded one, correct?
Mm-hmm.
But you know, combat gets thrown down like a bunch of giants roll up on you, and it's going to be hard to craft something in 10 minutes, you know?
Yeah, I know, but the other ones, they give you too much disadvantage in other things, so I'm just going to leave it be for now.
That's a problem with mutagens, is that you're not strong enough yet or resistant enough to resist the negative effects of some of these mutagens, right? Okay. I'm going to add 1 day to our timer here, right, guys? As the next day goes on.
Yeah, my tail is scratchy. I can't reach it. Anybody want to help me?
I roll a 19. I've been rolling very well on this random encounter stuff. Another random encounter happens next morning.
Oh, no.
You guys having fun yet with the random encounters on day 2?
Where's Magilla the gorilla? Still looking for that.
Willow.
One of these has to be a fight. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Odo sees this. Odo spots it out to the group. You guys are sweating your balls off going through there. You guys are using your rain catchers to drink enough water throughout the day. And it's great to have a chef with you on an adventure like this, cooking up the right amount of meals so you don't starve. Odo, you see a triceratops. A huge triceratops appears to be grazing alone out in the middle of the jungle here.
Attack.
It hasn't been provoked or anything like that. It's munching away.
They are worth money. We could animal tame it and sell it for money.
I mean, I do have the ability for a spell of speak with animals. I don't know if that counts.
Lyra looks at the Triceratops, looks at you sort of suspiciously.
I have proficiency in animal handling. Y'all want to actually go through with this?
I have proficiency in attacking animals, but
I make friends. He kills friends.
Want to try to make a friend out of this thing? I don't know.
That'd be bad.
If that's what y'all want to do, if that's what y'all want to do, Scratch is up for it, man. He loves making friends, even when they can't talk.
Is he looking hungrily at us? Because that'll be a problem.
They're not.
He's a herbivore.
So. Yeah. They're not.
Yeah, he eats grass.
Okay, so we're. Yeah, but Chef over here is made of mushrooms.
Yeah.
Free snacks.
Oh yeah. I would be like a yummy meal.
You would be a great meal for him. So I'm gonna say you back up.
Just don't stay in its line of sight. You'll be okay.
Right.
Oh yeah, that true. Don't.
I'd take cover and get my bow out, just in case.
The massive scaled reptile stands on its 4 stout legs. A crown of bone crests its head, tipped with spikes. And from its forehead to its nose, curved horns emerge. Its keen gaze roams the landscape on the outlook for predators as it dips its head to nearby vegetation. Its tail steadies its considerable weight as it moves.
These things are
If we want to go make a friend out of it, now's our chance. Yay, nay.
Does someone want to make a roll, or are we just going to move on?
I think we should just not disturb the life force of this island. So let's just leave them be and move along.
Scratch makes a. Let's have Scratch make like Let's have Scratch make a survival roll.
Oh boy. I mean, if anything, we should probably
Not
just
animal
toss
handling?
him one of.
Well, yeah, make an animal. We're not making animal handling. No, it's a survival roll. We're not making. It's just for other information.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. That's fair. Okay. Rolling survival. 18. Look at that.
These things can be. As you went through the port of Naranzaru, you knew that there is like dinosaur pens, and yes, the merchant kings there will buy dinosaurs. This one's probably worth easily over 100 gold.
Ooh. Cha-cha.
But I mean, we'd have to take it, somehow tame it, I guess. I don't know, and then like drag it all the way back. Maybe that's what the other knights were doing yesterday, right, with the Velociraptor.
I think if we're gonna do anything with it, I think we should just maybe toss him one of Chef's mushrooms and move along.
What if we did end up taming it and we could use it against the Goblin camp?
Exactly. It could be a siege mount.
Oh, God.
Break through their flimsy wooden walls and strike terror into the hearts of the stupid goblins.
It is a pet. You know, I always wanted a pet dinosaur.
It'd be like a half brother twice removed situation.
As you guys are sitting around thinking about this, it starts to rain a little bit.
Ooh.
One of the jungle,
Yeah.
one of these tropical rain starts coming down on your head.
I think it would be wise to try to tame it and use it if we're going to go to the Goblin camp.
That'll take time, though.
I'm in cover, so I'm just going to keep aiming at it. Maybe I'll hit it in the head or something.
No.
Don't worry, guys. I'm persuasive with the lizards.
Okay.
Yeah, I can use its blood for new formulas.
Alright, so Scratch is going to cautiously approach, not threatening in any way.
Okay.
No, it would be really funny if I missed an
Not
arrow just as you're next to it.
You start to
That would be fun.
You start to tiptoe
That
up.
would be pretty fun.
You start to tiptoe up to it. It looks at you like, with like bestial, like this beast look, right? Like less intelligence of a dog, right? Just like instinct. And it looks at you and it just munches on the vegetation. As you get kind of closer to it, as you step to it, it's like stops doing it and it just looks at you.
Give it something to eat.
I loosen off one of the straps of my backpack, my massive backpack, and I drop it in front of me. I pop open the lid, I just shuffle around a few times, and I'm going to pull out,
Oh God.
let's say, I pull out one of my rations. Yeah. I'm just going to say this ration is like wrapped up lettuce, a carrot wrapped up in lettuce. Yeah.
Make an animal handling check.
Yes. sir. Alright, animal handling. Proficiency +5. Here we go. Please don't kill me. Yes, unnatural 20.
Natural 20. Well, dirty 20. Not natural 20.
Yeah, it's a dirty 20. It's still
Dirty
good, though.
20. Yeah, it's
Still good.
really good. I rolled a 9 to try to counter the roll, right? So it starts to munch a little bit, eat. Scratch, you look behind the creature, like a little bit off in the distance. Over the rain, you can see it like it's washed away some of the mud, maybe, of what was there. Looks like some... Are those eggs?
Now we can't take it.
Hey,
We
time for an
can't
omelet.
morally take it.
After
Can we steal an egg
starts,
instead?
No. Absolutely
after it
not.
starts eating the lettuce carrot out of my hand, and I see that Scratch just balls his eyes out and just wraps his hands around this giant dinosaur's head and just starts crying. I can't do it. I'm sorry.
Hey, omelet time.
You hear it crunching on the carrot.
It's just like, okay.
I can't take a mama away from his baby.
How far are the eggs from the mom? Maybe we could just take one.
Maybe like 20, 30 feet.
After Scratch cries for like an uncomfortable 10 seconds, he just wipes the tears away from his eyes. He places a hand onto the beaked face of this giant, majestic creature and just pats it twice, turns around, grabs his backpack, and walks away to feed it.
As you kind of like pet it, it's, you know, this giant head. You don't know how sensitive the creature is, but you do hear it like, kind of like purr a little bit, right? That was my Triceratops purr.
You be a good mama. You raise those babies nice and strong so they can survive the harsh wilderness.
Maybe we could take an egg. Maybe we could take an egg. What do you think?
We should have taken care of the egg.
The animals.
She's got a bunch of them. She won't miss 1 or 2 or 5.
She's got 3.
5.
You look over there, Rune. There's got to be at least 4 eggs.
Yeah, just take one, man.
I ain't doing it.
I got a pretty good stealth.
Oh god.
Chef, have you ever had Triceratops egg?
Oh god.
Not fertilized.
Oh. I don't like how you said that. I don't like how you just said that.
Wait a
not
second,
that-
you've
it's
never
not-
had. You've
not
never
that-
had
not that type of egg.
fertilized eggs before?
Can't say I have.
Oh, it's just a
That's
weird
a big
jealousy. It's normally with ducks or chickens where it's like it's almost about to hatch and then the person cooks it. It's like a very like weird niche dish where like really, really rich people who are like not the most.
How do you fertilize a hard-shelled egg? You just sit on it for a while? What are you talking about?
No,
I
you cook the
cast
egg
my
with the living
speak with
baby.
animals spell.
Yeah. Do you want to cast Speak with Animals?
Yeah. See if I can try to convince it that like the goblins nearby are like a danger to its eggs.
Let me look up that spell real quick.
How about our own goblin is a danger to the eggs?
Hey, what if Willow distracts this Triceratops? Can I have
So
God.
here's how Speak with Animals works, okay, Willow? It's limited to the creature's intelligence.
Right.
So, I mean, we can roleplay it out for sure, but the creature is going to be, like, kind of dumb. Rune, what was your question?
Can I get advantage to take one of the eggs while she's distracting it with
Totally.
a spell?
You just have to make... how we do it is we'll give you a stealth roll, just a straight stealth roll, not with advantage, really, versus the creature's perception. Do you want to try to steal one of the eggs, Rune?
What the hell? I'll do the stealth roll to get close anyway. See if I can try that.
Okay. You just want to kind of creep up there a little bit and just kind of...
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it's pretty
we'll-
distracted, so I assume that.
yeah, of course. Let's roleplay this out with Willow for a second before we make a roll with Rune.
Sure.
Willow, it's... What do you say to the creature? The Triceratops.
Hey, so I can tell that you're a mom. You've got like your babies over there, and I know you want to protect them and keep them safe. Like protect the babies. There's a big camp of bad goblins who want to attack your precious babies.
Where?
We, as she like emphasizes the group, want to help you, but you gotta help us to help you.
Huh? They want to hurt my children.
Exactly. We want to stop that.
Rune makes his roll right now. As he sneaks closer versus the creature's perception.
Is this advantage or is this just regular?
Just make a regular roll. We're not outright stealing them right now, but we're getting to the eggs, I guess.
I didn't roll very well. I rolled an 8.
I rolled an 8 as well. When I tie with the player wins. So,
cool.
I'm going to say what has happened is you kind of stealth up there, and you guys all see Rune getting closer to those eggs, and the Triceratops seems to be distracted for now. So I'm going to say Rune has to make one other roll, and then he can maybe steal one if he wishes.
Sure, I'll make one. Is this with advantage?
Well, we're still talking with Willow. It's up to the party if do we want to let Rune try to steal one? Willow seems to be talking in some strange language to Triceratops. The Triceratops is grunting back and forth with Willow.
Scratch, absolutely not okay
It's
with
gotta be
that.
worth a lot of money, dude.
So Scratch runs up to Rune.
money.
Scratch runs up to Rune
Yeah.
and like kind of stops him.
Yeah.
As Rune is like kind of like slowly taking his holes through the mud, and Scratch like stops you, puts your hand on you, Rune. We'll go back to Willow though.
Goblin hurt children.
Yes, just not this one. This one's good goblin. As I point to Chef.
You need to make a persuasion roll. I make
a -2 on that.
Well, I have a -3, so it's opposing charisma rolls. I roll a 13, so you have to beat a 13 on the charisma roll.
Okay.
It's a persuasion as you're trying to persuade this creature to like get up from its area and, do
I
it.
got a 16.
I think it would be still pretty difficult. It's just got to stay around its eggs to protect it. I think it's a pretty awesome idea. But I'll tell you what I'm going to do with the creature.
I could hold the eggs for him.
Oh,
Little ants.
big brain idea.
Little ants wish to steal the eggs. But I have to make sure they are safe here and protect them.
I'll take care of them.
I just had the biggest brain idea where everybody is happy. Rune gets to steal an egg, but we take the eggs with us to make sure they are protected as she comes with us as well.
Yeah, on my back.
She can't hear and understand everybody else, Willow. She can only understand you, so you have to talk with the
Right.
creature.
What if
I thought of that too.
we...
Take the traveling roadshow.
Right.
What do you want to say, Willow?
We bring eggs for extra protection.
Do you protect my children?
I promise on my family's grave sites that I will protect your children.
Sites.
Well, I mean,
You put a lot of emphasis on sights.
yeah, you don't have to protect them if we eat them. It's like in Fromlets.
Oh God.
Little ants hurt children. Okay. But don't harm them.
We won't harm them. We'll each carry an egg for you.
Okay.
You guys go gather up the eggs. As Willow, you guys have a giant Triceratops following Willow around.
Oh, the fury of the Triceratops.
Any stealth roll going forward is made at disadvantage.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the Triceratops will be a big distraction, so we can hide anyway.
That's what it sounds like when you guys are walking through the jungle now. It's kind of like with the giants, right?
I don't think we really need to worry about the stealth rolls. I don't think we're ever trying to be stealthy at all.
I don't really think we need to worry about being stealthy. Who's going to try to fight a Triceratops?
The eggs are pretty big, guys, right? They're like probably this big. Mm-hmm. You guys don't have enough storage. You guys don't have a cart or anything like that to like put them in there.
On my back.
You guys are just carrying them around. I guess a couple of them, there's 4 of them. 2 of them are being carried by Rune, kind of strapped and secured.
Yeah. We can sling them in like watermelon type of, what do you call it?
Hey, Scratch, can we fit one in your bag?
No.
No.
I mean, most of our characters really small, so.
Does Odo want to carry one?
I'll carry one.
Odo carries one. Does Lyra want to carry one? No? Who else wants to carry the last one?
Willow's
See, now we're down to the midget, so it's hard now, guys.
Willow's just gonna basically just balance it on her head as she flies using her massive strength like it's a big water bowl.
The Triceratops doesn't want you to carry it like so flimsily and like just drop it, maybe break it. She wants you to ride the Triceratops and you kind of like put the egg up there. But if something happens, you got to like protect it, right?
I think I have rope, so can I secure the egg to the mom?
Yeah. Like the watermelon type of, you know how they fasten watermelons to it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, here's what we'll do, guys. I like the watermelon idea with Rune, like really trying to use him as a mount. Rune can make a sleight of hand roll, or if someone wants to help Rune, and we can tie all the eggs onto Rune's back.
Yeah, that's what I said. It's like
I have a +6 to sleight of hand. I'm proficient with it, so I can.
So Rune is making a roll. Why don't you roll? Rune hasn't really secured them that well, so he needs some help from you, Scratch. Why don't you make a roll as well?
Yes, sir. Rolling.
Bless you.
Holy crap!
My rolls aren't very good today.
Rune, you see that one of them's a little loose, and Scratch comes over and like secures them all down. And Willow, the Triceratops, like nods with its giant head, and you guys head further east as we're only on day 2 of 3 to get to the Goblin camp. I'll make more rolls.
Please, no more random encounters. We can't do this anymore.
Next random encounter will be a bunch of undead fillies.
I hope not.
I had a day to the timer. Of course, we have to have Chef make the survival roll or get lost.
Oh boy.
With advantage, because someone's most likely have.
That's correct. You make it with advantage.
Land of the Lost.
24. Yeah, you passed. You're not getting lost
Holy
today.
crap.
Let's also roll. I'm going to roll one more time before we get to the camp. Last roll. Come on.
This is the generation before Hanna-Barbera and Land of the Lost.
Oh, wow.
The Triceratops
that one.
is like wandering, slowly lumbering through the brush. Rune is up ahead, just taking his longsword, cutting through some of the weeds and brush. And Rune, as you're cutting through some of the weeds and some of the vines and the plants that seem to just grow with absolute fervor and vitality within the lush jungles of Chult, you chop away and then you see it.
See what?
A human skull, sun-bleached and painted crudely to resemble a sneering visage of a goblin. It sits perched on a point of a spear. Beyond that, several foul-smelling piles of furs lie on the ground. A circle of crude runes carved in the dirt surrounds the camp, perhaps a vain attempt to ward off intruders. Over a fire, a rat hangs on a spit, roasting and dripping in fat into the fire, from which it emanates acrid black smoke. I can load up the battle map, and I'll put you guys down, right?
Hey, Otto, it's the Goblin version of Predator.
Oh no!
And
as long as I'm not dead, I'm fine. Like one of my friends said, as long as it's not me.
Well, it's a human, so I don't know if it's male or female, but apparently they decided to have some fun with it.
This is interesting.
So I'm going to put you guys out over here for now.
Okay.
And we will get see what you guys want to do. And I have to get a Triceratops. I might just represent it with a dinosaur of some kind. Because I don't know there's like a Triceratops model. And that's okay.
I was expecting a Tyrannosaurus Rex to come out and have a big fight between the two.
Yeah.
Like,
That
I find
fight
it
would
really
not last
funny.
long.
We did the one thing that the DM did not expect us to do.
What? What's that?
Befriend a T-Rex.
Eat the eggs? What are you talking about?
Befriend a dinosaur.
Oh, okay. I think the DM didn't. I think the DM expected us to befriend the dinosaurs. He just didn't expect me to try to eat the eggs.
I don't think any of us expected that.
That is actually a taboo delicacy. People actually do that with quail eggs and chicken eggs. Is that they wait until like the chicken or the quail is almost completely hatched. Eat, they cook it up like an actual boiled egg, but you actually, instead of having egg yolk, you eat the child in egg. It's very taboo.
Well, I mean, it's pretty rare, so you can get a decent price for them on the market. You can use the money to get some magic and stuff, right?
True. No, but I was using my real world experience with Chef's 4, so I thought, just in case people think I was going crazy, now that's actually a real world taboo.
Yeah, dogs get it all the time.
This is the size of the Tyrannosaurus Rex. I'll put the Tyrannosaurus Rex back here. I'm going to help you out a little bit. The eggs have been slowly taken off of Rune. Did you guys have approached the camp? The T-Rex, not T-Rex, because I'm looking at the model. The Triceratops is in the jungle with you guys. Cool. And the eggs are safely put away, right? They're off of Rune's back. And the willow, it looks ahead, and it just kind of like, it just points towards the camp. And I've just kind of described the camp. You guys are approaching it from this angle here. There's like a circle of tents over here, and there's just dozens of goblins. You guys have snuck up. I'm going to say you guys have snuck up to the camp. Why don't we have the group make a perception roll? So that would be with Willow and Scratch, I believe.
Yep.
As the group perception roll to get more information.
Oh,
Rolling perception. Maybe this time it'll be stinky. That's not horrible. 15.
15. I'm going to say Scratch sees it. There's like a cage over here. Inside the cage, there appears to be 2 prisoners. But it's kind of hard to see from this distance who they are or what they're about. But there's goblins all over this place. And you see like little goblin children. They're all like dressed in... they're more tribal, right? Actually, I think I have a picture here I can drop in as well. Yeah. There we go. So there's a little picture. So they're all kind of like very tribalistic, almost fully nude. They all have like symbols and things on them, right? Very primitive goblin chef. What do you guys do?
This is what's gonna happen. Where's my GIF? There's my GIF. Goblin Slayer. Good goblin's a dead goblin.
So the goblin.
Story. A chef that's trying to kill Chef's 4.
I would normally be inclined to agree. However, as he has said, there are quite a few goblins. There are a lot of children, but there's still a lot more goblins than there are us. So we might want to maybe do some scare tactics. Like we could set something on fire.
How about I talk? You know, I am a goblin. I speak goblin. Maybe they will trust me.
We can kidnap the children and force them to surrender.
What?
Well, if they try to attack me, I can just make the world go shaky, shake, shake.
Hey.
Well, I saw a cage over there, so maybe while you do that, I'll sneak in there and let them out. Just in case something goes wrong, we'll have a few extra hands.
Okay.
You know,
Well,
a backup or a cavalry.
I'm gonna try to speak to them. Hopefully they're not hostile and they will listen to another goblin.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm okay with the diplomatic approach.
Chef
Me too.
will happily walk.
Lyra looks down like you guys are looking at this from an elevated position in the jungle. I'm trying to find where we're at now again. We're back here. Up like on a hill, right? And we're just doing theater of the mind unless we start rolling initiative and going full ham on the goblin tribe. Right? It's you guys are just kind of scouting, like doing some basic scouting. There are it's true, the tracks are true, Rune. There's like dozens of goblins here.
Just a quick question. The kids are the goblin children or just actual human kids?
They are goblin children.
Yeah, so I was like, okay, alright, never mind.
There's like dozens of little goblin children out there. And there's just a bunch of other these goblin, they look like they're wearing you look at some of the decor of them, Rune, they're wearing ant stuff, ant themes, little ant feelers and things like that. Chef, so the plan is we're sending Chef up to try to do some type of diplomacy with these guys, right?
Right.
I try to cover it with an arrow.
Odo's like a paladin, a holy knight of the order. Odo makes an insight roll before we send Chef maybe to a certain death.
Should I go with Chef as an ambassador or something, or?
These are tribal goblins. Odo makes a roll though, insight roll.
As I said, I'll hide in the shadows and try to give him cover.
It's alphabetical.
Yeah.
Yep.
Would it be so weird for a goblin and a kobold to be traveling together?
I don't know. It depends on
I feel
where
like
you're
a
at.
little less than a goblin and an elf, maybe.
18.
Or a goblin and a fairy.
Odo rolls a
triceratops.
Odo, you're used. Odo is you're pretty much with the gift there. A good goblin is a dead goblin. Even though Chef is a goblin, I mean, it could be risky. Goblins, they're monsters of the darkness, really. Bred of evil. These are some tribal ass goblins, guys.
Yeah, I think my original idea of kidnapping the children and forcing them to surrender was pretty good.
I think they would take that as a.
That's a sign of war in most places, I'd say.
I could turn the dinosaur loose and then clean up the bits.
It's even worse.
We'll save that as a backup plan. I think that Willow would be the best one to set the dinosaur loose, as y'all said, because she's actually established the decorum with it, so it'd be easier for her to, tell her to get in there and cause some mayhem.
Well, they said
Just in case it doesn't work.
Things. How many are there actually? 30, 40?
Do we want to spend 30 minutes to kind of scout around a little bit, Rune? To gauge it, being real careful?
Yeah, I want to get some numbers. So yeah, sure.
Goblins are real crafty, Rune. You look around a little bit, make a perception roll.
Not one of my better skill things, but it's good. 14. I'm rolling average or lower today. That'll be good. I've rolled it consistently 3, 4, 10.
Okay, before
6.
we let Rune, are we letting Rune scout things out, or are we sending Chef right out? Or what's the plan, guys? Because Rune wants to spend a little time around the camp scouting.
That wouldn't be a bad idea. I think we should let him. Just in case there's any big traps we need to be aware of. If he finds anything like that. Yeah, I think we should let him do it. do his thing.
Okay. So is that true? Like Rune is just going to go up kind of a little further away and get a better look?
Yep.
Okay.
I just rolled already. I rolled a 14.
Yeah, I know. And I rolled a counter roll to see if I counter it. I do. I roll a 25.
This is when the DM rolls much better than the players.
As you're like trying to get a better look down, you hit like a little trap of some kind, like a little like a little tripwire trap. And why are you moving my guy, Chef? Oh, Chef Spore moved up.
It's chimes. It's chimes. I love chimes.
And one of the rock biter ant guys, you know, he's hiding like with mud and like brush that he comes out, Rune. He must be like one of the sentries. He just sees you really. You're out here by yourself. Roll initiative. It's just between me and Rune at this point.
If you can take him out before he alerts everybody, you'll be okay.
I roll a 4.
This will not be hard.
So I'm gonna say Rune goes
I rolled
first.
a 5.
You roll a natural 1. Now natural 1 is what is a skill check, guys? The new D20 rules. It's an auto fail. I'm just kidding. Go ahead. You beat him by 1. I don't like those new auto fail stuff with the skill checks though. Rune starts first. What do you do, bud? You look ahead and you found one of the goblins. He's hiding in the bush.
That's kind of annoying.
Annoying indeed.
I'm gonna use a feat, I think, just
Okay.
to make sure he's dead or something. And I guess I'll just shoot him with the longbow.
How are you going to use your feet? Or what feet are you using?
I make I can't even talk anymore. Good
morning.
I do a quick crimson right, and it adds an extra D4 for damage to the bow.
How do you curse him with your crimson right?
Yeah, so my eyes turn red and blood.
Blood red eyes from the centaur. Roll an attack roll.
So long as I roll over average, lately it hasn't been very good.
The goblins wear hide armor.
26.
Nice. Roll damage.
That hit. That definitely hits. I'd be scared if it didn't.
And I do 8 plus D4. Hold on.
Nice.
What did I do? About 10 points.
Goblin falls over dead.
Arrow quickly through the neck. See you later.
I'm going to make a perception roll, though. I'll say the DC is pretty high on my end to spot you. I'd have to roll probably like a 19 or 20. Since you're pretty skilled, marksman, you got the jump on them before you got the jump on you.
Just barely with that natural 1.
Yeah. What do you do? You look ahead, make a perception roll.
Alright.
You see like a couple goblins here that are just like chatting and gobbling.
Jeez, what's wrong with these rolls today? Anyway,
Goblins doing goblin things.
There's probably like easily a dozen goblins, but you look around the bush, like this the goblin here was one of the sentry goblins. These guys are just like camoed in the woods. You hit a trap. This could be bad.
Okay.
Yeah, you're sneaking up. Okay.
I go back to the group.
Okay, and then you back to the group. What do you guys want to do?
I tell them about the situation. Like, okay, there's a bunch of guys hidden across as pickets across the entire camp.
Oh!
Interesting.
Uh-oh.
I say frontal assault with the Triceratops.
Right.
But did she get hurt by the traps?
I don't think that it's just a bunch of goblins, man. Then we kidnap the children and we force them to surrender. I think it's pretty easy.
You're so hyper focused on kidnapping these children.
I don't think we should kidnap the children.
I kind of feel like we should take a moment and talk about his obsession with kidnapping kids, maybe.
It's to avoid the fight, man. Otherwise, we're gonna be fighting like 30 goblins.
You know that
But
I
what
can
do you think they
make the ground
care?
shake. Wait. I have a better idea. How about we make an accidental earthquake, accidentally kill a couple of them?
What?
What? What?
People are insane!
That's
I'm
even crazy.
afraid that you're gonna do that, and you're gonna end up killing one of us by accident again.
I have more
Again?
control over my earth magic. I promise you. You know, I trained really hard afterwards.
Oh, back up. Again?
Yeah, that's what
What
I was
happened
gonna say.
was
Excuse
I
me?
didn't really practice earth magic that much. You know, and then it went shaky shaky, and the human went shaky shaky. The ending creature did not do the shaky shaky, and the earth sort of killed the human.
In all seriousness, what are we trying to get out of this camp anyway? What's our goal here? To kill everything or to get something?
Pretty
from
much.
it?
We're trying to find the amulet from them that went to the big statue shield guy.
Okay, so the
Right,
amulet.
because if we don't find it, they might figure out how it works, and then they'll have a very dangerous golem thing.
Does anybody have some sort of I don't know, invisibility type of spell or something that we can just sort of sneak in and get the amulet?
No.
No.
Let the
But
wizard check her spell
I
list real
can-
quick.
I can I could cast a spell that kind of makes illusions.
Or pass without trace or something? I don't know.
No.
No, I don't know.
I have magic missile though, but I don't want to use that here.
You can use magic missile. You can use magic missile on my butt because it's scratchy, but otherwise.
Yeah. Okay.
No, but seriously, what is the? There's got to be some way to stealth in without, because if we just do regular stealth
we
rolls,
could
we're
just
gonna
let the
get
goblin walk in.
And we talked about that, and the auto said the chances of his getting spiked by his little brothers and sisters is pretty high.
I think. I mean,
It's
I
a
think as
it's
long
a
as
possible
we're-
outcome, but it's not. I mean, nothing is certain.
It's not the outcome, but I think we might as well, try it. If it goes wrong, we run in within. We just run in.
I have a quick
Maybe we
question.
could get
If it
close
goes
enough.
wrong, you know what? I'm gonna do earthquake, okay?
I have a quick
There's
question.
children.
I like earthquake.
Is there some kind of
It's
roll I
not-
can make?
It's
Is there some
not
kind-
killing children for self-defense.
We'll talk about that one later.
Anticipatory self-defense.
Okay, that can be.
They haven't attacked us yet, but
Is there some kind of roll that I could make that could give us some insight on how goblin behavior works? Like are they naturally terrified of big things? Would they immediately turn and flee if they saw something big and loud run towards them? Something like that?
Probably.
That's Vorn knows the most about goblins. 'cause he's
I think
better
anybody would be
So
pretty
here's-
terrified of Triceratops barreling down.
Here's what I'm thinking on that. So, if we are going with this plan of sending the Triceratops in, crashing through everything, I say that while we do that, Scratch will cast Minor Illusion on the Triceratops to make its roar sound exponentially louder. And maybe he could actually cast it a few times on it to make it look more monstrous in appearance.
Rune, you know that being a soldier or something like that, when a sentry is killed, you maybe got like an hour at most before another sentry comes by and takes a look, right?
Yeah, we need to make this quick.
All right.
earthquake.
So, I say we send the Triceratops in with the Goblin on the Triceratops so he can do the earthquake thing. And I will cast Minor Illusion on the Triceratops to make it louder and scarier. Sound like a plan?
That's a good idea. Nothing as badass as a goblin casting earthquake on a Triceratops.
And if it doesn't scare them,
How we'll do it, we'll make a roll, and basically a certain amount of goblins might flee. But if the roll is low or something like that, all the goblins stay and start throwing spears and stuff at the Triceratops.
So what kind of roll do I need to make
That would be an intimidation roll of some kind. I mean, it would be an intimidation roll.
That's fine.
Are you riding the Triceratops?
I actually would kind of have to because the spell only has a range of 30 feet. So if I want to maintain it, I have to be on it.
Yeah, I'll ride it too. The horse on top of the big thing.
Let's have Scratch make a. We'll have Scratch make a roll or some kind. Sometime. I don't know. Think about the roll that you want to make to maybe put this plan together.
Ooh, could it be performance? Because I'm kind of orchestrating a whole.
Yeah.
Cool. I have a +9 in that, so hopefully that helps. Ah!
Natural 1. Terrible.
Still 10. Still 10.
Yeah, terrible.
Actually, no, wait, that's expertise, not advantage. Dang it. Alright, never mind.
The gods curse you.
The dice curse him.
Specifically, the Kobold God.
So I've listened to a couple plans.
Hey.
Scratch has a plan to send the Triceratops and him in there and basically cause a shit ton of commotion. It might scare some goblins off. Option 2 is you guys send Chef out there and he tries to negotiate with the goblins and maybe find an amulet or something like that. Option 3 is, who knows? I don't know, full-on assault.
If you have a way, to negotiate, if you have a way to negotiate with the goblins for that amulet, that would be the best outcome. If
what's his
charisma? Though they're not going to give up the amulet.
Yeah, what's his charisma? What's Chef's charisma anyway?
It's an amazing 10.
Seriously?
Oh.
Guys, why are we worried?
Lyra probably has the best charisma.
Yeah, I have a 14 charisma, so.
I might not be a goblin, but I have a 20
0.
in charisma.
I have no charisma.
Don't paladins
you have
have
20
in
charisma?
Well,
yeah.
Well, let's first go for the pacifist build, and if you feel the ground shaking, I'm in danger, and send a dinosaur. How about them apples?
Okay, sounds fair.
I'll go with you just in case, unless you think that's a bad idea.
You try to stay hidden.
Okay.
Or I can tie ropes to make you look like a prisoner, but not tie them so tight.
Trade her for the amulet, and then we'll come back and save her.
Or maybe not.
Do I have your consent?
Do you want to be speared?
I do not.
Yeah.
Do I have your consent to tie your arms around so it looks like you're a prisoner? But if anything goes wrong, the rope is just very easy, to break.
I could just carry your shit, and then we could make it look like I'm your companion. Or your indentured servant.
Yes, that's a smart idea. Wait. I have a genius idea. And he'll start putting mushrooms on top of you so it looks like you are a mushroom zombie. There you go. You now look like a mushroom zombie.
Okay.
That's beautiful. I love it.
I just have mushrooms in my braids.
This is what happens. A bunch of little goblinoids come up with interesting ideas.
My 6'7" ass has to kneel down.
Put mushrooms in your hair. Yeah, they'll believe me.
I'm a goblin, guys.
Yeah, with your charisma of 10.
I just linked another picture of kind of what these goblins look like. They're like these weird looking small little guys with tribal masks.
Oh, they're kind of cute.
Why did they make me think of the little coconut pirate things from Moana?
I do not think we have the same definition of cute.
Yeah.
So, Lyra,
that is
I just want you to know you should grunt like a zombie, to really sell being an undead creature.
I probably just won't talk. I'll just stand there.
Better. That's better.
We'll just go with me just standing there.
Okay, now let's go.
So Lyra and
Don't forget
Chef.
to shuffle like your legs broken.
Chef and Lyra are going forward. Lyra is false tied, like a hostage of some kind, and Chef is going to try to deceive the goblins, correct? Or try to negotiate or barter with the goblins somehow to get the amulet, correct?
She looks like she has mushrooms, so she looks like how sword druids are known to raise people from the dead. So she looks like she was just raised from the dead, sort of thing.
So she looks like you want to take a zombie in there, basically, a looking zombie?
She looks like a zombie, okay?
I mean, elves are pale enough to maybe pass for it in this land, so...
Does someone have a disguise kit?
I
just
do.
put mushrooms on her. Wait.
You have to make a disguise kit roll, right? To try to put the makeup on her to make her look like a zombie.
Yeah, I can easily do that.
You got to make a roll right now.
And I have a costume, so.
Okay, let's work together then.
So what would I
tell you how undead elves look from his wonderful.
Okay, so it's a deception check, right?
You roll a proficiency roll, so use your proficiency bonus. Roll a d20 plus 2.
Oh, I thought it was.
Nope, just roll a d20 plus 2 to determine how well you put on the makeup.
All right, here we go.
I wish it was with advantage since Chef's.
Ooh, 19.
19 looks pretty good. How it works is I roll against if they see a zombie or something coming at them with Chef. You know, who knows how the goblins are going to react, right? There's not a lot of undead around here.
Right.
But I guess, Lyra's going to look like a zombie. And it's rolled against the opposing creature's perception somehow, right? To see through the deception. But for now, Lyra and Chef are marching up to the camp, right? And Lyra looks like a zombie, correct?
Yeah, so she's disguised as a zombie, so I have a disguised advantage against zombies.
Oh, no, what do you think about this plan? I mean, you're kind of a military tactician. How do you think this plan's going to go?
Yeah, I think we should attack.
Just full bore attack.
Good now, right?
Well,
No goblin survives, except Chef.
Right.
Willow, what do you think about this plan?
She is basically waiting to be told when to let the dino to attack while making.
As the shit hits the fan, we're going to be worried about the dino. Right?
Yeah, she's just pretty much waiting for a cue to be like, all right.
Are you sitting on top of the dino with Scratch, maybe?
Yes.
Okay. So Scratch and you guys are kind of like two best of buddies on this huge Triceratops. Okay, Chef, you're walking down there, kind of where, you're just kind of walking down. You see the dead goblin that Rune killed, right?
Don't look at it. Just don't look at it.
It's like dressed in all this brush and everything. Up ahead, you see the goblins. They're in a camp of some kind. They're kind of moving around. There's children moving around. The jungle is thick. Do you want to try to stealth closer, or are you just walking up?
I will be as friendly as possible with the goblins, speaking in goblin.
You want to yell from here, so you want to yell from back here, or do you want to get up closer?
He wants to get up closer and make sure that they know he's harmless, pretty much waving, being very friendly, saying pretty much waving,
with Lyra the zombie, correct?
Just walking behind
Lyra
him, carrying his stuff.
Tied up, the tied up zombie, yes.
A tied up zombie? I thought, is Lyra a servant zombie or a tied up zombie?
A servant zombie.
Okay. Huh? The goblins turn to you as you wave and get their attention. They look at you, they notice you're a goblin with a zombie. This one has a zombie! They say in goblin. What do you do?
Yes, it's part of my magic. I can bring back the dead with my mushrooms, and she met an untimely death, and I felt bad for her. So I'm trying to bring her back to the city.
The goblins all start to gather, a little bit, because you've alerted them. They're kind of here now. They're just coming out. The children and I'm grabbing all the goblins and putting them out in position. Okay, but go on. Yeah, they're listening to their story. Get the queen to get this, to hear this. They say in goblin. They're just speaking in goblin, Lyra. So if you don't understand goblin, you don't understand what they're saying.
I do.
Okay.
I do.
Nice.
Well, I'm just trying to respect the dead, and I saw your tracks, and I just wanted to talk to other goblins, I haven't talked to my own time in a very, very long time.
I understand Goblin. They're all saying gibberish.
You're saying kill me, kill me, kill me.
all these guys start to come out, and the Goblin Queen comes out. I'll describe the Goblin Queen as they're listening to your story. Give me a second here. In a moment of deceiving appearance, the smelly, warded green and pointy face turns from impish to somehow curiously affable. The Goblin's shoulders straighten. The wooden spear clunks to the floor with a dignified posture and sure stride. The Goblin approaches. Her deep bow includes a flourish, a hand performed with grace of a queen's favorite courtier. And she says, "Enchanted." She comes out, she stands up. "Who are you?"
Hello, I am Chef Thor, but let me give you my goblin name, since obviously I'm not with humans right now. Sheesh, I haven't said my real name in so long. It's, Shogus.
"Pleasure to meet you, Shogus." She does a little bow.
So far, so
Yeah,
not
out of
savage.
respect.
"I am Queen Grabstab, leader of the Antbiter tribe. What tribe do you hail from?"
My tribe was killed by a paladin. I'm the last one left. My tribe was a trading tribe. We were fishers, and we worked with elves and humans, so we always traded. We were just known as fishers.
Yeah, you were killed by King Poleslash.
You know how humans are. They're as deceptive as us at times.
How are you able to... Are you a necromancer?
Sorta. I can... He points to his mushrooms. I can put a mushroom on, and if someone like her, she saved my life, and I want to give her a proper burial, so I'm bringing her to the town, so I can give her a proper burial and a proper sending away, because she saved my life, and I feel like it's a proper way to say thank you to her for saving my life.
You want to bury a zombie?
Make a deception roll.
Would it be with advantage or disadvantage?
Just straight roll.
Okay. Deception. 17?
I also roll a 17 as well.
Ooh.
So I roll very high.
Ooh.
The tail is a little weird.
We can't eat the zombies,
he says. That's a shame. Chef, you look at her a little bit more. Around her neck is an amulet.
Well, if you need some food, I can cook.
Take it and run.
How about this? I can cook for
Earthquake.
your tribe. I can cook for your tribe, and for payment, I could take that necklace that you have around. I could cook for everyone. I don't mind doing that. I'm a very good chef.
We haven't had a good meal in a long time. What are you thinking? We usually just eat meat. This amulet here, this is Vorn. This is our god. Can't give this away.
How about I was talked to Vorn by himself.
Do you want to go
And,
talk to
He
Vorn?
told me to get the pendant back and help him end the death curse.
What's the death curse?
Make a deception roll / persuasion roll as you try to convince her to go to Vorn and do something, right? It's kind of weird.
Perception first is a 12.
Not too bad. Pulling her thing up.
I don't know. We just came back from there. I spoke to Vorn myself. He said the meat will be plenty, and surely you and your zombie friend. I don't know. We're not supposed to eat our own kind. And we can't eat zombie. But
Mushroom zombie.
maybe some of these mushrooms that are on you. You're not a real goblin, are you? Come closer so I can take a look.
The Tyrannosaurus. We have the Tyrannosaurus.
Come closer, little goblin, so I may look at you.
Take the amulet, man.
You
See
come
your
closer?
chance.
I will
Like,
come
pick it up and book
closer.
it.
How close do you come? Like right up next to her?
The road runner.
Like 15 feet away from her.
Okay, like here?
Yeah.
Don't be scared. She says, come closer.
He will look at her, trying to make sure that she doesn't look like she's grabbing a weapon or deceiving him.
Make a perception roll.
$18?
Yeah. She seems like she just wants to get a better look at you.
So he will like nudge like Lyra and then like go like cover eyes in case she doesn't want to see things. You know, like siding, like cover eyes just in case it gets into a war exam. And then he will walk out and pretty much.
You get up next to her, or you stand still
Yeah,
15 feet away?
Yeah, I'll get up next to her and be like, slowly unbutton my chef jacket and pretty much showing her that like I'm goblin through and through, just with the mushrooms on my body.
Can I taste?
He nods.
Just a sample.
She like tries to reach out for a mushroom that's on your body.
That's a carnivorous.
Do you give her a mushroom?
I do.
How does it taste?
This mushroom, it tastes like a portobello mushroom.
Delicious. Very delicious.
She makes a roll.
You should stay for a while. We could taste a lot of mushrooms. Do they grow back?
They do grow back.
Yeah, we could have mushrooms all the time.
He will look at her, like seeing if he will accidentally become a captive.
They're just, all the goblins are like kind of just, you know, they're just like, they don't really say much. They're just listening to the queen. Seems to be the most like intelligent of the group, right?
Stay for a while.
What do you say, chef? You stay for a while and eat some food or something?
I'll stay for a while and I can cook for you guys. You know, sort of like a offering of from my tribe to your tribe.
Great.
She like gestures for you.
Come this way.
She takes you to her tent. What is the rest of the party doing? So far, nothing bad has happened, right? The goblins kind of disperse. What is Lyra doing as a zombie?
Well, I'm just following him.
You're following him into the tent?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You're deep in the tent. There's like dozens of other goblins around you, right? But the goblins themselves, I'm just kind of repositioning them as they kind of go back to doing their own thing. Inside of the tent, she's there, and she's with two other, I think there was 3 other guys with her. So 3 other, like, tribesmen. But it's a little tight in here, so only, like, you, Chef, and her are in there. And she's like, she takes like a knife of some kind, and she like wants to scoop off all the rest of the mushrooms off your shoulder. I'm going to go back to the other group, though. What is the rest of the group doing? So far, there hasn't been... Chef hasn't started the earthquake. Things seem to be going okay.
I think he's dead.
Rune, you look at it. It looks like Chef has successfully infiltrated the goblin camp, and he enters the tent with maybe the queen of the goblins.
Oh, I think it worked. Crap.
You hear the goblin kids playing outside. What do you guys do?
I think Willow's going to make a check on the eggs, so that way the dino's not like getting antsy.
Yeah, the dino is getting a little antsy. You know, you guys have basically said these guys are going to hurt the eggs. The eggs are under your guys' protection. The eggs seem to be fine. They've just been like put under a few leaves, some brush and stuff. And they're kind of still kind of close by, you know, not too far away from her. And she's okay, though. She's like just waiting for you guys to do whatever you want to do. She's like, you know, she can't speak to you because you haven't casted Speak with Animals or whatever. She's just kind of grunting a little bit.
Right. So I think what Willow's doing is she's just going to kind of make it seem like expose the eggs enough for the dino to relax a little bit, knowing that her eggs are safe at the moment.
She's calm.
Before making sure that the eggs are hidden again, so that way they're not...
Everything seems to be going perfectly to plan, Willow.
Yeah.
What do we do? Is the rest of the group, we're just kind of sitting back and waiting, I guess, right? As Chef is just in the camp, right?
It's going a
We're
lot
just
better
waiting
than
for
I thought
things to
it'd be
go
going.
south to kick in, to join in with everyone.
All right, let's go back
It's
inside the
going a
camp,
lot
I guess.
better than I thought it would.
Yeah, I might still scour
It's been
around
a
to see if
lot
I can
better.
still kidnap the children, but that's what.
Oh God.
We are not kidnapping children.
You know, I just find it funny. The male and female goblin are just chillingly chatting.
As Lyra, sorry, not Lyra. Yeah, as Lyra is walking into the tent, you look over to your left at the prisoners that are in the cages. One of them looks like a pirate.
Interesting. Okay.
Go ho, better lady.
Okay, Chef, we're in the thing. She takes out a knife, and she starts to she's like kind of like very assertive. She wants to cut off like all the mushrooms off the side of your thing, and add them to like a sack of some kind. Do you let her, or what do you do?
He will actually pretty much do it himself, like almost like magic. He just scoops them all up into his hands, like scoops them all up except the ones on his neck, scoops them into a hand, and then gives it to her, for like as in a good gesture.
Ah, delicious.
She eats another one. Or like sharp teeth. Like you see, and then just like she kind of like eats it like very sloppily, like crumbs, and the bits of it like fall off to her pointy chin.
Yum. Yum. We don't see too many other goblins like you, dressed in clothes, coming around.
Dressed in clothes.
Aren't you hot?
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
Take your clothes off, man.
Happy! Happy!
You said there's how many people in the tent? It's her.
I put you in the tent. I put her in the tent. Right now, another goblin is there. Just like another goblin is in here. You are in here. Chef is in here. She is in here.
Well, he'll stay in goblin. Well, I sort of got used to the human code of
trying to dress up, so I'm not used to it, but I could try to adapt to your tribe ways to make you feel more comfortable around me. I don't mind.
She kind of grins, like, sure. You start to undress.
Oh no.
Oh no.
You start to undress, Jeff?
You fool! What have you done?
Do you have any more mushrooms? She kind of gestures down below.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Plan B!
Oh God.
Oh no!
Chef, you
Okay,
have
you
a
know
way with the
what?
ladies, apparently.
Swear to God.
You know what? Why did I
It's always
expect
the
this
chef.
to go anymore?
It is.
You
It's
know
time-
what?
it's time for the goblin
for
orgy.
Persuasion. Roll for persuasion, because you know how Chef's score is.
Sure.
Well, think about it. There's two of them in
Perform it.
here, and there's
I
two
roll
of
a
us.
12.
One of them.
Persuasion.
I don't know, Chef. It has been a long time.
It has been a long time.
Chef, hear
Should I
me
give
out.
this
We can.
advantage? Since he is
You,
straight.
you can do whatever you want to do. You can make whatever roll you want to do or whatever. I roll a 12. To succumb to the temptation of the queen
is it?
of the ant biter guy.
Hey man, if you do actually get it, you could just do it so well that she falls unconscious and just take it off of her and get out of there.
You know
It's-
what? Yeah,
it's 12
disadvantage,
p.m.
And then I could try to steal the necklace. And then I will just gesture, you know what, disadvantage, and I am attempting to fail as badly as possible.
So, are you trying to seduce her in a way now?
It
Well,
looks
I thought
like
she
she's
was
trying to
seducing
seduce him.
Seduce.
Mutual
Sounds like a pornographic movie.
The other goblin in here is he's like, you don't mind if I watch.
Oh, that's even worse.
He looks over at the zombie to see if the zombie's doing what it is, what the zombie is doing. What is Lyra doing as a zombie? Right as Chef is getting butt. I'm assuming Chef is undressing. Is Chef undressing?
Yeah, he's undressing.
The zombies are thinking.
She's like, a lot easier than I thought. She starts to undress too. She seems interested and provoked.
So-
She's like,
No.
I wonder how the rest of you taste.
her sharp,
So this
pointy
could go
teeth.
both ways.
This is goblin on goblin action, guys.
So glad I'm not in this tent.
Lyra,
I
are you dry heaving in your mouth a little bit as this is happening?
She's just keeping. She's straight faced. She's like, nope. Nope. Could go either two ways. She can cast hold person on the queen. You can take the necklace and we can
Make
scat out of here.
make an Arcana roll.
Okay.
The DC is 12, I believe.
24.
Hold person only works on humanoids, not goblinoids.
God damn it.
Um,
Well, person. They're not technically people.
she doesn't take off the amulet, Chef.
Oh, that's
But she strips down naked. You see her green skin. She's saggy, so she's kind of old, like droopy titties, kind of I don't know what a goblin's nipple look like. It's probably purpley, but lots of rolls. She's obviously must eat better than the rest of the goblins. Mostly a carnivorous diet, and she just starts to she's more dominating. She just gets on top of you.
It's like grandma and grandma.
And she doesn't care if you're just if you're aroused or not. She just starts to go to town with or without your consent at this point. And she's the other goblins he gets out one of these little things and he just starts playing a little musical tune or something, one of these Japanese, drummy things, that they have.
That's even worse.
Yeah, exactly.
Something
a little
Laura
goblin
will never
drum.
erase from her mind.
A
It'll
little-
stay imprinted in her
Exactly.
mind.
I think you should cast the earthquake now.
And she's right on top of you.
The hell out
You
of it.
feel, as she's on top of you, Chef, you feel the beating of the necklace hitting your chest. The amulet is hitting your chest a little.
I
What do
think
you-
you should cast.
Take the amulet, man. Take the
What
amulet,
do you
man.
guys do? The other goblin is just
I'll
yeah.
tie her up with it.
Well, while she's going out of town, he will try to be sneaky and try to try to enjoy.
There's another goblin in the room with you.
Well, I'm looking at the other goblin, just deadpan stare. Deadpan stare.
You're just trying not to watch. It's like your peripheral vision. The tent is pretty tight. Like you can see him. You know?
Okay, he's going to try to steal. You know, like in Futurama when
I do not.
Howard tries to steal the remote from mom.
Yeah.
In the bra.
You should.
know that sort of thing. That's what Chef Floor's doing. He's like, you know what? I'm having sex, but I'm doing I'm going to try to steal the necklace sneakily. You know?
That's what goblin on goblin action sounds like. Yeah. Just like a lot of rough grunts. Mostly just aggressive.
Lyra, I wouldn't stare at the other goblin for you, Lyra. Who knows? He could be
So,
weirder.
are you going to try to make a sleight of hand roll, Chef, to remove the amulet or something?
Yes. Like, I don't know if that was with advantage because he's trying to, perform with it. Pretend that he's enjoying it, but he's just trying to get the necklace.
Sure.
Because she's distracted, you know?
Yeah, make a sleight of hand roll versus the perception of the goblin. She is pretty distracted, so I'm rolling with the other goblin. That's there. Right?
So I get advantage.
Does Lyra want to, do anything to, distract this other goblin in a way?
You say he's a necrophiliac.
I'm trying to think what I can just...
Trying to have you be creative, otherwise I'm going to make a roll. Chef makes a sleight of hand roll right now.
I can't do anything without saying it, because it's all... Most of my stuff is verbal, so...
You're going to start casting magic of some kind?
Well, I was going to cast something to, I was going to start a fire, under him.
Under the goblin?
The other goblin. So
the tent's going to catch on fire?
I was going to try to do that, but I don't have anything that's... I don't have anything.
Chef, make your sleight of hand roll. I make my roll with the goblin's perception as he's playing his little drum, there, kind of setting the mood, like a little. Think of like Goblin Barry Manilow. Dirty 20, Chef. I roll a 2, a dirty 2.
Time for the cheap ass music.
I'm gonna say she's getting into it pretty hard. You're kind of a foreigner, right, in the tribe, I guess. You're exotic to her. Your skin is not the same color as hers. It's not as dark green, tanned by the sun of Chult. You successfully move it off, and I'm gonna say you undo it, and you take the amulet, and she's just so into it. She's just getting into it. You move the amulet off to the side.
Under my foot.
I can take it.
You move it under the foot. You move it under the foot of Lyra the zombie. She's getting close.
And then you gotta knock her out.
Snot starts pouring out of her nose onto you, dripping onto your chest.
That's so gross.
Drool, saliva, that stinky acids. Acid breath.
Get a hit for the boys.
Is it good for you? She says.
Goblin, yeah, it's great. It's great.
It's great. A1.
Yeah. What do you guys do? Lyra, what do you do? Chef's is obviously occupied, but what do you try to do as a zombie? The amulet is under your thing. Amulet. Now, obviously, she's probably going to just stand up and be like, "Where's my amulet?"
Scratch doesn't even need to be there. He's just crying.
I think as soon as she goes to stand up, I'm just gonna smack her with the spear and try to knock her out.
You have a spear? Zombie spear?
I have my spear. It's on my back. Yeah.
You're gonna try to knock her out from the back, right?
Yeah.
Or are you gonna knock out the other goblin?
Yeah, no, probably the other goblin first.
You take the other one, and you kind of or something. You kind of distract it. Roll an attack roll against the other goblin. Chef, you kind of see this.
Actually, I'm gonna just set them on fire so they have something to eat later after we leave.
You just cast fire. How do you just firebolt on them or something?
Yeah.
You see the magic cast being cast. and the firebolt hits him. Roll an attack roll. Right?
That jealousy I hear.
A natural one.
Shit.
It misses the goblin. The tent catches on fire.
Yeah, there we go. Distraction.
Ah! The other goblin, and then she like gets up and she's like, ah! They don't know where the fire came from. They're both distracted. Like, you know, they're into like Chef. They get up and they're like, get the water! And she gets out and she runs out naked. Get the water! She starts screaming, and the other goblin runs out as the main tent starts to burn down. What do you guys do? Chef, all your clothes are off.
I'm grabbing Chef, I'm grabbing the amulet, I'm cutting a slit in the side with the spear, and I'm hauling ass out of there into the woods. And the rest of the jungle.
Okay, so the other goblins are like kind of distracted.
We'll grab his neckerchief, use it as a way to hide his memories, because most likely his uniform is just gonna be charred by this fight.
Yeah.
Is his outfit on fire? No.
Well, I'll sew you more clothes. Let's just get the fuck out of here.
We're just getting the fuck out of here.
You take the spear and you cut it like a sliver as the tent like starts. Yeah. It's like, you know, it's not raining, and the tent is made out of this, you know, awning. You know, the fire is, it's true, it's probably just starts to catch on fire. It's like tarp, right? You cut all this. Just died in there. Yeah, you take the spear out. Well, I don't know that they're going to look for bodies and stuff, so they're not going to see you. But you cut a hole in the tent, and it just requires maybe a stealth roll of some kind. Now I'm going to try to help Chef out. Chef, you're a druid. Do you want to shapeshift at all? Do you want a wild shape? Do you want a wild shape into some other critter or something, or are you just running out of Chef?
Be sure.
Oh, can you change into a horse so we can ride out of here?
Can I change into a horse?
Oh yeah, you can change into a horse.
Okay, let's fucking go, bro.
Let's go.
You change into a horse.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Goblin horse.
You change into a goblin horse. Chef is basically mostly naked. I'm going to have Chef roll a d20, though. As you guys are trying to get out there in a rush, he's picking his stuff up quick. You cut the thing in the side. He transforms into a horse to get on the fucking horse to escape. He rolls a 5. Chef, you lose an item of some kind.
He just needs to close
right?
more. We'll make more.
You lose something.
Clothing.
You lost some clothing,
as
right?
As long as it isn't the amulet.
No, I have it.
Lyra has the amulet. You shapeshift into a horse and gallop off. It just requires a stealth roll, either by you or Lyra.
What's your stealth?
Actually, both of you roll stealth rolls then. We'll make a perception roll with the goblins. As they begin to look for pouring out fires, roll a 5.
Please
7.
roll better.
That's what I rolled, guys.
Fuck.
They all seem pretty distracted, because, I mean, there hasn't been a fire here in a while. They're running to the river here, right? You guys see the river? You look over to the left quickly, Lyra, as you're riding on the horse, galloping out. There's like a few boats, right? They're starting to grab like buckets or like little leaves and things, like very primitive. And I'm gonna say you guys run back successfully to the group.
All right, I'm gonna as soon as I see them inside, I'm like, let's go. We gotta get out of here. Gotta go.
I just pat the back of the Triceratops and like,
let's go!
We got the amulet.
Make an animal handling check, a scratch, because she was told that she has to destroy the goblins. Right?
Yeah.
I'm not opposed to that.
Is there a fire
Daenerys
like
Targaryen
everywhere?
this shit.
The fire, I'm going to roll a d20 for the fire to see if the fire gets put out. The fire seems to be put out, and the goblins in the camp start screaming. Goblin stuff. And you hear the scream of the queen. She says, "My amulet." What do you guys do?
We gotta go.
My amulet! You guys are you guys booking off with the Triceratops, or what's going on?
Yeah, I just rolled a 15 for that animal handling check to try to get her to follow the weird green goblin horse.
With mushrooms on it.
Okay, are we heading back west? Is that the plan?
Yeah, head back to where her nest is.
Rune, this can't be good. The goblins are going to be looking for you, right?
Can we head south? Where are we? Yeah, let's head south instead of west. Just start going down.
Do I have to roll for the odds of children or no?
The what?
What?
Do I have to roll for odds of children or no?
Hilarious. Roll a d20.
Oh God, I don't want to know.
Well, you asked, so you got to roll it. Roll a d20. We'll say if it's a 10 or higher. Oh yeah, goblins are breeding like crazy. Chef, you couldn't help yourself. It was pretty hot. When she was drooling on you, the snot came out. It was just too much for you. As a goblin yourself, your primal instincts kicked in. You couldn't hold back.
What the hell? What are you talking about, man?
Welcome to D&D hardcore mode.
NSFW. Anyway,
not safe for streaming.
let's run away now. Let's go to the city.
How do you guys want it? Where do you guys want to go?
We're going to the city. No questions
Can we
asked.
go back to the statue?
Yeah, that's the point.
Yeah, the
We
statue.
gotta get back to that statue.
Yeah, statue's into the city.
Why are we going back to the city? Again?
Because we don't have a guide.
We can do
Yeah,
it
we gotta
ourselves.
get,
We're fine.
We just ran into some frost giants. I don't think we're fine.
Well, they roam, okay? They just roam here. They live
In
here.
a jungle?
Yeah. Fuck it.
Frost giants.
Yeah. Fuck it. It's D&D. It makes sense.
Oh, you mean the Blue Man Group? That's okay. We can take them.
I pushed.
18-foot tall.
Willow, we've traveled for like another 5 hours on today. So far, the goblins have not found you yet, right? Rune, you can only suspect that, without the amulet, they must be looking high and low for it in this area, right? You basically pissed off a whole group of goblins. You guys have stolen the amulet, but who knows? Maybe I'm going to say when I roll a random encounter now, on a 15 or higher, we encounter the goblins in this area.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
I rolled a 4 on that random encounter, and they can encounter you at night.
Well, I just gotta take my makeup off, and then they have no idea who I am.
How I'll do it
No
is
intelligence.
we'll just roll. I'll have the goblins I have out here, and we'll roll it up as a random encounter. Unless we are preventing a way
I stole it.
for them to track you and.
They could have.
Is there some way that we could just kind of confirm that this thing is what we're looking for?
I'm gonna hand it right to Otto.
Otto, Lyra hands you the amulet.
Okay.
Add it to your character sheet.
Here, hold this.
I just find it funny that, out of everyone, it wasn't the bard who got snooze. It's the fucking druid.
Odo, this is kind of what it looks like. The arcane language, it's like this woman or this queen of the goblins, she must have been able to read it, right?
If I cast Identify on it, will it give me anything else other than what we know already, or? If we know enough about it already, I won't need it.
The arcane language written on it, Lyra, it says Vorn.
Okay.
What?
Vorn.
I reckon you should cast it just to guarantee or ascertain whether or not this is actually what we're looking for.
Well, I assume it is. It's the only amulet that says Vorn on it, as far as I'm aware of. I'll do that when we make camp.
We're making camp for the night. Rune, what are you thinking? I mean, yeah, you're able to sneak in and get the goblins, but the goblins must be high on the tail right now. They might be heading to the statue yourselves. And so the question I'm posing to Scratch and the rest of the party is, are we directly heading to the statue, or the goblins might be setting an ambush up or something, or how are we doing this, guys? Yeah, one piece of the puzzle's been solved, but we pissed off a whole tribe of goblins.
We have a Triceratops. I don't think we're really worried about the tribe.
The longer we wait to get to that statue, the more time they have to prepare.
That's why we should just get there first.
Yeah, get there, plan an ambush.
It's a race.
Fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we could plan the ambush if we get there first. We could lure them into a false sense of security, and while they're trying to set us some kind of trap, we activate the shield guardian, and it just wrecks house.
And the dinosaur.
Well, I reckon the dinosaur would want to go home by now.
So we dig some pits and get Chef Spore to kind of put some interesting stuff in there.
Willow, the Scratch makes a good point before you guys start setting up camp for the night. The dinosaur kind of wants to talk to you. It's kind of like nudging you a little bit. Do you cast Speak with Animals?
Yes. Let me mark that so that way I don't forget. Here, hold on.
Okay. The dinosaur says,
I thought we were going to kill them. They were going to steal the eggs.
It looks like we did kill or maybe harmed a few of them with that random red flame.
The red flower.
Yeah, the red flower. Thank you. I was trying to think of what they described it in the Jungle Book. With man's red flower.
Do you need me anymore then?
No, I think your eggs are safe now.
Let's put them over here.
She finds like a little spot.
I put 4 back and then slide 1 back in.
You want to? Does Rune try to do a sleight of hand roll to deceive the Triceratops?
No, I'm just kidding. I'll put them all back.
You sure, buddy?
Yeah, I'm sure.
He's like, you sure about
Rune,
that? Are you
Rune,
sure?
I'm giving you the chance, man. If you want to try to steal one.
Are you sure about that?
What's the value of one of these things on the open market anyway?
Make an insight roll.
That's an insight roll? Okay.
Yeah, just make an insight roll. I mean, you tell me, what type of roll do you want to make? Insight is something like you're trying to recall something, right?
16.
This would be an intelligence check. Must be maybe like 50 gold.
Okay, I'll just put it back.
Something that's, it's valuable. Like a day's wage for a laborer is a silver piece. 50 gold, that's like a fucking small fortune, man.
Mine versus that chance we get killed. I don't think so.
And as I'm going to say, I heard a great adventurer say once, "Where's your sense of adventure?"
Ooh.
Checkmate. Anyways, I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding.
I think Chess 4 had enough adventure.
I'm just kidding. Rune,
our survival instincts are finally rubbing off on it.
Willow, you reluctantly see Rune putting back all 4 of them back. His centaur, he probably droops his head a little bit as he accepts the fact that he doesn't want to get stomped on by this giant thing. You guys successfully, it nods in approval and purrs. It goes back to eating some vegetation, only wishing it could stomp on some goblins a little bit. Right. Are we heading west then quickly? Are we going to try to do... Scratch makes a kind of a good point. Do you guys want to travel at double speed through the jungle?
The problem with that is we have a better chance of getting lost.
Not really.
Not
How
really?
it works,
Okay.
but if a random encounter occurs, aka I roll 15 or higher, basically the goblins will get a surprise attack on you.
Okay.
Do you guys want to try? So no, here's how it will work though. There's a 50% chance you travel an extra day by going double speed. Someone in their group has to roll a 10 or higher on the T20.
Okay.
Do you guys want to travel double quick? No modifier, nothing. Do you want to travel double speed? I'm just asking the group. Otherwise, you can also travel at half speed, like you're stealthing through the woods.
I feel like double speed would be better because we need to get there before them.
Right.
Yeah.
Sure, why not? Let's get lost.
Who's going to roll the D20?
Who's lucky?
It was my idea, so I reckon it should be me.
Cool.
I'll take the fall if we fail.
So let's do this for starters. We're traveling west for starters. We're heading into campfall. I'm talking about the following day, right? So Chef needs to roll his D20 survival roll to see if we get lost right off the bat. This is at the evening, right, guys? We just left the camp. Rolls a 25.
That's a nice roll.
Fortunately, Scratch helps you out, Chef, as the first roll was a 2. Scratch helps you out find the right path. I roll the last encounter, a d20 for the night. The goblins haven't found you yet, Rune. You guys go through a full rest, right? Right? You rest for the night,
Yes, sir.
right? I'm going to add a day to the timer.
Guess that temporary HP is gone now.
No, the temporary page is something Chef does every day, right? So you just keep it for now. I added another day to the timer. Who wants to make the... I'm going to roll... Who wants to make the... first of all, I'll make one roll for the random encounter thing. Let's see if we have a random encounter. I'm just tabbing back and forth.
Yeah, I'm going to prepare a celerity formula, just for the heck of it.
Okay, roll the d20 nature check to do it.
Nature's like my worst skill, anyway.
Hey man, this is like alchemy stuff, you know, that you're like crafting it.
12.
You pass it. It's only a DC 10. It's pretty easy though, Rune.
Now with a -1 and my luck.
It is what it is. It's like a coin flip. So there's no random encounter. Who wants to make the d20 roll to see if we get there by nightfall? Scratch. We're putting the blame on Scratch as he rolls the d20 to see if we travel at double speed.
I don't mind getting
Alright.
lost. That's cool.
Hey, I have the lucky feet.
Where's your adventure?
Odo,
Lucky
with
feet.
the amulet around your neck, right? You sense where the guardian is at wherever it is on the whatever plane it is. You're bound to it by magic, and that's maybe how the queen was able to find it, right? And when she found it, maybe they worshipped it or something like that, right? But you kind of know what it really is, and you feel the sense of it, so you sense the direction of it. And that way the guardians and the wizard never really get separated, right? And they can find each other, right? Scratch, make the roll, buddy.
Here we go. Beautiful.
A 10. You guys get there by nightfall. But now I make the final roll. The encounter roll, right? With the goblins. If I roll, you guys have been moving double speed, man. Think of like Aragorn, Legolas, and Gimli running through New Zealand at top speed, right? Trying to outrun the orcs. Yeah, and Rune is a giant. Rune is a horse, but you got to keep up with the little folk. I mean, Chef doesn't have very long strides with those feet.
Well, they can ride.
Yeah.
Oh, they're getting on you?
Yeah, sure. Why
Okay,
not?
so yeah, Chef is riding. All right, Chef, are you riding on Rune? Do you want to ride on Rune?
Yeah, he will ride on Rune, trying to make sure like.
Here's for all the beans, guys.
To cover his parts.
Yeah,
He's
just don't stick up my fur with your little, you know.
1 in 4 chance to see if the goblins have moved ahead of you guys, as the queen is obsessed about losing the amulet of the god, right? And they're going to set up an ambush at this place. I roll an 8. Odo, you make it there. The goblins, you gotta look around. Rune scouts around a little bit. Fortunately, the goblins haven't caught up. They must be pissed as fuck. Because you guys are like the adventurers, right?
Mm-hmm.
Odo, what do you think a good name of the group should be?
I like Biggie Smalls.
You guys want to be called Biggie Smalls?
No.
You guys got to think of a group name.
Let that be an in-group thing. Let's come up with an actual group.
You guys got to think of a group name, because I can't just call you guys the Adventurers. That's too general, man. Odo?
The Misfits?
The Misfits. I like that.
I mean, a lot of us are mystical creatures. And then there's a
the
human.
Mist-fits.
Odo, you approach.
The misfit.
Odo, you sense the amulet. As it gets closer, you feel it vibrate as you get within like 10 feet of the creature. It's almost like divine, right? If you had the mind of a goblin. Right? But you know what it is. This is some ancient magic forged during the Age of Heroes, where wizards, mighty wizards had, guardians protecting them. Right? The towering figure of iron and wood stands silent, unmoving, humanoid in shape, but forged of metal, and the construct bears no unique markings, save the rune of arcane rune. Its name in the chest is the similar name on the amulet, right? The 3 marks, which in arcane language is Vorn. As you approach, the creature moves with a grinding whirl. Its eyeless head rotates to follow your movements. With a creak, it swivels, and you get a sense of how quickly the thing can move, despite its immense weight. You hear the mechanical gears shift as you get closer as you activate it. What's the command word, Odo, that you use to activate the Shield Guardian?
It's alive!
Open sesame.
How about Vorn?
Systems online. Reporting. It has been 355 cycles before powering up.
Looks over at you, looks down at Odo.
What is your command?
Do we want to take this thing with us and explore? What do we want to do with this thing?
Yeah, take everything, man. We can sell it later if we don't want it.
I want to experiment with it. Ethically, of course.
That doesn't sound too good, but it's okay. You want to how do you want to experiment with this, Scratch?
Yeah.
Do you see the picture I linked of it, Odo? That's what it looks like.
What is my designation?
Let's call him Deus.
Makes me think.
You know, because they kind of treated him like a god. So.
You call our group
Deus?
Animal House. We're a bunch of animals anyway.
What do we want to do? I mean, do we want to move? I'll tell them to follow. If
Following.
It follows behind Odo.
Ah,
I feel like
you
following
think it
is a
would
good
listen to
thing.
someone else if we gave it an order?
probably not, because you probably have to have the amulet.
Amulet. So the amulet is being worn by Lyra, right? At this stage?
No, Botto.
Oh, okay, I don't know. Okay.
You guys have successfully recovered the Shield Guardian, but you've pissed off a lot of fucking goblins.
Yeah.
They could stay
Can't
pissed
make
off.
an omelet without breaking eggs, right?
That. Exactly.
Hey, at least Chef Score got Snoo. It helped you guys out.
Lyra, you remember what you were supposed to do before you got sidetracked, and now you've acquired a powerful ally in the jungle. A Shield Guardian, an ancient artifact that was maybe worshipped by the goblins, but now you have some mighty, guardian creature. This thing, it looks strong as hell. Strong as a titan almost, right? It's built of machines, Nomus magic and engineering and just gears. It could probably bend steel bars or something like that. What could stand in the way of you now? And you think that you have to go speak maybe to the spirit of, the woods in Oren Lago to the west.
We have to get there.
Want to go west to Oren Lago?
Well, we have to. That's the only way we're going to figure out this death curse.
Yeah.
With the Guardian now, we have an easier way of getting there.
Yeah.
Punch through any door at least.
Basically.
Thinking like drop kick or punch through, stand in the way. Odo, you get the sense that as it stands near you, it's like hovering around you in a way, right?
Mm.
And Scratch, you can make a history roll.
Sure.
Maybe with some knowledge. And let's have Willow make a history roll too. Is now you see a Shield Guardian in activated completely. Its brush that it had all around it, the markings that the goblins put on it, are kind of pulled away as it begins to walk through the jungle with you guys to your next destination. Lyra rolls a 19.
I'm proficient in it.
Cool.
So I figured I'd just roll for shits and gigs.
Just one of those.
I'm half proficient. And
That
I
counts.
have a good intelligence score.
What did Willow get? Oh, a 7?
It wasn't. What did it? Was it a 7? I don't know.
Yeah,
it
you
wasn't
rolled a
rolling
7.
on my phone.
Oh, I actually have history too.
Roll it up, Chef. A natural 1.
3.
What?
We love it.
Chef, you're still in like that post, like, it's been a day, but man, that hot moment with it is just too distracting.
Just in the corner, rocking
Yeah.
back and forth.
You're just like thinking, it's like a fond memory to you now that you just resort back to it as you're sweating your ass off in the jungle.
Well, I just have a neckerchief on me. I don't have any clothes.
That's right, you have no clothes.
So with our combined history check, what can you tell us about it?
Well, Lyra understands that, like, you see this shield guardian, like, hovering around Odo, and he must have known, like, these things used to protect, like, these weak-ass wizards, right? That are just, like, you know, they're not really, like, wizards are not, like, muscles. They're not in the gym. They're in the library, like, reading books. Kind of like Willow, right?
I'm not weak.
I'm just saying, right?
I may
But
have a 13 AC, but I'm not weak.
the way this thing is, like, moving around Odo, though, it is, like, very protective. Like, it's like watching out for danger. It's like trying to see, you know, if a goblin shoots out of the corner and tries to shank Odo, it might, like, jump in front of the way and, like, block an attack or something, right? It stays pretty close to Odo is what I'm trying to get at. Unless Odo commands it to do something else, it kind of does these default commands and instructions, right? So it acts as Odo, this thing acts as like a minion of yours. So you can give it commands to do, you can tell it what to do, but it does it with, like, absolute obedience. It's greater than any squire you've had squire for you before all the squires got killed in the zombie attack.
I'm just wondering if someone as big and strong as Odo needs something like that. Like, what's his armor like? He has the chainmail. Like, is he well protected enough?
Who, me or the guardian?
Yeah,
I have
Odo.
chainmail. Yeah.
Do you think that maybe someone a little squishier might need the guardian hovering over them?
Possibly.
Lyra, this is powerful magic, right? The amulet and this thing. Whoever wears this amulet, the nobles will back at the port, man. You know, it's going to draw a lot of attention.
That's why I figured Otto should have it.
The amulet
He's already
alone is
clad in
worth
armor.
1,000 gold, at least. You guys are heading west, I'm assuming, to Warren Lago, correct?
Yeah.
Yep.
Scratch brings up a good point. Are we going to have Odo wear this thing?
Not gonna lie, this is me and Scratch talking. I would really love to wear that amulet.
It's up to you guys. What do you guys want to do?
Yep.
I think Willow is gonna go over to Chef and just hand her traveler's clothing that she's got in her pack. She's like, I'm tired of you being naked. I don't need to see that here.
He's been running naked this entire time.
I know. It's now gotten to the point where it's too distracting. I can't think. Put it on.
I didn't know that mushrooms could grow there.
God.
Well, I took one for the team. I was really thinking.
I appreciate that. Now put the fucking clothes on.
I was just trying to, like, ignore it because I don't get comfortable bringing it up, but yeah.
Wait, how tiny are your clothing? Or is it like goblin size? Or is it just like...
Hey, Chef, you smell like grandma. Hey,
Oh,
Chef,
no.
you smell like grandma. Take a seat over there, buddy.
I'm assuming it's just part of a kit that she has that doesn't fit her, so she's never used it.
I like that.
So he would just put it on and then bow and say, I'm sorry. At least we got this thing, but...
I can't ignore it anymore. Just here, put it on. That's all. I just can't.
He puts on his clothing, and then he also apologizes for Lyra, and he's like, I knew it was gonna happen. That's why I was motioning to you to cover your eyes. I could sense it,
and I thought of a plan. You know, I've seen people do the deed and women steal from the men. So I thought it'd be cool if the man stole from the woman.
Yeah, just not grandma's.
Rune, I'm going to give you the chance here. Basically, how it'll work is if I roll a random encounter, and if I roll a natural 20, the goblins have found you, especially in this area, right? I'm talking like north of these rivers, kind of where we're at, up to Oran Lago even. Unless you try to cover your tracks, but you have to travel at double speed. It takes twice as long to get there.
Yeah, we just need to get there and set up an ambush or pits, so there's no reason to slow down at this point.
You don't want to slow down at all?
No.
You're just going to take the chance?
Yeah.
And how I'll do it is if they kind of know where you're at, we'll just make opposing rolls. Maybe they ambush you. Right?
But they'd have to be faster than us.
They're looking for you.
Alright.
And they've been living in the jungle for a long time. They haven't caught you yet, but they're looking for you. And especially...
Hey, I'm a jungle meister.
Okay. So we are... Let me take a look at our map here a little bit. We are...
That's what we should call ourselves, the jungle meisters. Or the
the jungle meisters. I like that.
the dazed runners or whatever.
We are 8 days from Oran Lago. Right up in this area, though, guys, there is no zombies. No undead army or nothing. You know, the undead horde up here is not prevalent. But we are 8 days away from Oran Lago, where Azaka pointed it out on the map. It's on your guys' map. You guys do have a map. It is rudimentary. You know, you guys are kind of building it. You're putting it together, right? Cool. You guys want me to add, are we just traveling southwest then to Oran Lago? Okay, let's roll it up. And I'm just going to add stuff to the timer, and you guys want to do anything? Are we going to craft any more mutagens, do any other crazy thing, or we're just traveling southwest?
Traveling southwest, full speed.
I would actually like, Scratch would actually like to attempt to persuade Mr. Otto to relinquish the amulet to him for purely scientific reasons.
Oh boy.
That island must be worth thousands of gold. We can sell it later and, give ourselves like lots of interesting items.
Or it could be a peace offering.
To who?
To the temple that we're
to the
going
Blue Man
to.
Group, you mean?
I don't think they need it.
Mr. Otto, sir? Mr. Otto? Mr. Otto? Can I have a quick word with you, please?
Scratch. The little dragon.
I know that we've been through a lot in the past few days. We don't really know each other very well. But would it be too weird of me to ask you to give me the amulet?
Sure. I'll give you the amulet.
Oh, well, that was easy. Yeah. You are not my favorite.
Sure, I'll give him the amulet.
As Odo takes it off, you become. I think it requires attunement. I think so. I'm not sure. It does require attunement. You hand it over, and the shield guardian looks as it kind of pauses, and it looks as Scratch takes the amulet, and it says, "New designation." As Scratch puts the amulet around himself, the shield guardian now is obeying Scratch's commands.
Ultimate power!
Okay, Gollum.
But
okay.
What was the arcane word on the rune?
Vorn.
It was like Vorn.
Okay. Vorn, follow.
Yes, master.
It follows the small, tiny little kobold guide.
This is so weird.
It towers over you, Scratch. With Odo is like still stand at a good, almost double the height of Odo. But you, it's like triple the height.
Yeah.
Right?
All right.
Cool. Let's make some rolls, guys, as we have the fun of traveling in Tomb of Annihilation, southwest into Chalt. Before our session wraps up, we'll see if we can get the Orin Lago. Let me make some random encounter rolls and see what happens.
18.
Yay.
Great. Thanks, Chef. This is day number 1 of 8.
I knew what you were gonna ask me.
Yes, you're on the ball. I love it. Give me a second. Damn it, I deleted it, didn't I?
So I'm adding a...
I deleted my tab.
John?
Oh no!
What?
God!
Hit that history button right quick.
That's okay. What's up?
So you want me to add that
amulet of the
Master's
shield?
Amulet?
It's called Shield Guardian Amulet to your sheet.
Oh, I found a thing called a Master's Amulet that looked like that was.
Yeah, it might be.
Guardian.
This is what it's called.
There's actually a Shield Guardian amulet I found.
Yep. There you go. I don't know. You can find it. It should be in D&D Beyond. Cool. Let's see what we got here. As I scramble to find the random table roller I use that I love. There we go.
But still, I will find it funny if Chef Spore gets more action than the Bard.
That's true, Scratch.
Hey,
he's got one body over you now. You know that, right?
Oh, no.
Hey, I will have you know that Scratch has a backstory. Okay.
Scratch can do like a disguise self or alter self, and at least transform into something palatable.
That day 1 is uneventful. Scratch Chef make another roll.
Wait, another roll?
Yes, that's day 1.
Days do we have?
8.
Hey, 21.
Nice. And that's not including if you don't get lost, right? That's day 1. Let me just mark this down, guys.
So it's an 1821.
Yep.
You ever watch that old film, The Land That Time Forgot? That certainly feels like it.
Oh, is
The
it
Land
that
of Random
sad
Encounters?
Dinosaur one? Or is that a different one? Oh, that's The
It's,
Land Before Time.
The Land That Time Forgot, a German U-boat ends up in a dinosaur island. So I think you probably haven't seen that one. That's an old film.
Yeah, that's an old,
That
real old
sounds
one.
actually really cool. Hold on, what is that called?
The Land
That Time Forgot.
Let's have I'm gonna roll I'm gonna have Rune, since he's talked about it. He rolls a d20. He's got to roll a 10 or higher.
I shouldn't roll anything, damn it.
Yes, Rune rolls. That's who puts Rune to the test.
Oh, 19, not bad.
Nice. There's no ambush, but I rolled a natural 20. We fight the goblins starting next session.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Sorry, I rolled a natural 20. The goblins have found you. They follow the tracks of Scratch and Vorn. You have our... They tell Chef, you have our god. Give him back.
Hey, strategy. Kill the queen, and then I think it's over.
Attack!
Yeah.
And they all attack you. And I'll set up the battle board and everything next game. And you got to fight off 20 goblins, guys.
That's not a problem. But just kill the queen.
Sound that bad?
Easy peasy. Now with the Shield Guardian, right, Odo?
Right.
We have a wizard.
Be fine.
We have a wizard. She just cast Fireball.
Hey, do you have the Shield Guardian? What does that do? I don't even know what the stats are.
I have the stats, so I will roll with it if you want me to. Or Scratch, you're pretty good at playing. I think you said you were a DM once. The Shield Guardian is a super powerful creature. It regenerates 10 HP per round. Awesome job, guys. I think we've played... this is one of those things where you guys did something really cool. But yeah, I think let's try this, go through the next encounter and see maybe by next session. And we'll make a roll. Because you guys kind of accomplished something here with getting the Shield Guardian. That's just pretty sweet. Cool.
Scratch has a pretty good voice. We should all try to create voices. That's a pretty good voice. Yeah, figure something out.
Chat as actor. Scratch. Did everybody have fun?
I am very fluent in the linguistic arts.
Good luck on marriage.
I just find it funny.
all I can tell you after 27 years.
The asexual person who's like, I will not become a horny bard.
Thanks,
I'm
we're
a fucking
excited.
horny druid.
All I can say is that every year it gets a little bit more difficult.
This group's just gonna be like our
Isn't that with life anyways? You just age and it's more difficult.
I don't know.
I feel like that's anything in general.
Yeah.
In D&D Beyond, is there some way to add the Shield Guardian to my character sheet?
I think maybe under extras you can add certain creatures and things like that. But how I want to do it in my system is actually we add it and it's like it acts on its own initiative count. You control it. It's under the control of you, and you would have access to all the abilities when it comes up into the combat encounter. If you want to make life easier, I can control it if you want, or you can control it. It's totally up to you.
I think I'd like to give a shot at controlling it. If
Okay.
That's all right.
What's up, Odo?
How do I delete it?
I think you can just go to manage inventory and then delete it.
Yeah, it's not coming
We're
up.
gonna miss you. Good luck on your wedding.
How would you do the stats for the Shield Guardian?
I will roll the HP for the Shield Guardian right now. How does that sound?
Because I don't think that integrates directly into Beyond. You would still have to create a separate kind of sheet for it, I think.
That's correct, Rune. It's not D&D Beyond is not the greatest. I mean, they're still working on their encounter thing a little bit. The Shield Guardian has actually it's a little bit buffed. I'm going to say it has 151 hit points.
That's more than the average.
Hey, let's put him in front. Take all the damage.
You said it has 100 and what?
51 hit points.
51.
Jesus.
51. All right.
This thing is built like powerful mages, guys. This is built something during the Age of Heroes. It's meant to be like if this thing was worshipped by a god, by a bunch of goblins who are going to try to fucking kill you at start next session.
Yep, it's only got one more hit point than Willow. I mean, Willow's like buff too, right? All right. Anyway,
right.
Where are you getting married? Any place interesting?
We are looking at that now, and it comes down to like 10,000 versus 20,000. So it's
coming down to money.
I would save the 10,000 and pour it into your honeymoon or something, or savings.
Same here.
Personally.
Yeah.
We're buying a house
You
first,
should
so
save
we're
the 10,000 and invest it somewhere else. Like Fall's advice, definitely invest it for emergencies.
Yeah,
we had a big wedding. We don't talk to half the people who were at our wedding. You know, not that we don't like them or anything. It's just the way life is. You don't talk to them. Yeah.
Well, he's got a big Italian family, so you know, Italians.
They bring cash. All right, let's
I
do
know
it.
they do. Yeah, they do. All right, I'll see you guys later.